Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we could talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, beautiful people. It is, Insider Monday, May 23rd, 2022. This sports show shall begin right now. Yeah. Can't thank you enough for joining us here on this glorious Monday. I hope the weather and life is fantastic wherever you are. I hope your weekend was beautiful and majestic, and I hope you got a chance to enjoy whatever the hell you enjoy doing in your spare time. What I got to do is watch a shit ton of sports, relax and chill a little bit. We'll talk about it all with the boys as we have Ian Rappaport joining us in about 12 minutes. Obviously, Jadeveon Clowney signs back with the Browns. Yeah. 12 million, 11 million, 12 million, 11 million.
Right in between.
One or the other. I don't remember what it was. Turned down offers, I guess, in between 14 to 15 million a year for multiple years elsewhere. Who was that? Would like to know that from Ian Rappaport. To go back to Cleveland. Had 9 sacks last year.
Yeah. Not bad.
Quietly played 14 games, was healthy. He's back in Cleveland, a game record who doesn't always necessarily show up on the stat sheet. And maybe some people say, is every single play his best play? But obviously the Cleveland Browns say our team was better with this guy on it. They pay him over $10 million to join them back on a 1-year deal. Good for Clowney, good for the Browns. We'll talk to Rappaport about that and anything else going on in the NFL world. Then Sean Sherwaniel will join us.
Here we go.
In a second hour, senior NBA insider for the Athletic and Stadium. Is Jimmy Butler hurt?
Oh, no.
What's going on in the NBA
not.
Finals? Everybody okay? What's going on with the Lakers head coaching job? Juwan said, nah, I don't want it.
No way.
I'd rather go back to Michigan so I could slap other college coaches. And he said he didn't want the job. J.J. Redick on ESPN this morning said, Lakers not that good of a job, really. What?
Whoa.
They got LeBron James on that team, and I know he won a Razzie, okay? Because Space Jam, LeBron James, whatever, was not as good as the orig, but still a pretty good story.
Not bad. Nice.
Whatever the case is, they're saying that's a bad team to go coach. They can't find a fucking coach. Winning time just wrapped up.
Yeah.
Everybody's watching. You would think you'd want to get into that franchise, that program, that organization. Who knows what the hell's going on? Hopefully Shams will be able to tell us. AJ Hawk will join us. His toxicity should be flowing after a long weekend over there in Ohio. Saw his son and Bobby Carpenter's son on the same soccer team.
Wow. Really?
I assume they won. I assume that team is a little bit more physical than the other squads. But we'll talk to AJ about life and everything going on in his world. Aaron Rodgers made an appearance on TNT last night, chit-chatting about the match that is coming up. He and Tom Brady were in a side-by-side next to Charles Barkley, Kenny the Jet Smith, EJ, and Shaq, chit-chatting about their match coming up. Shaq and Chuck couldn't get past the fact that they are infatuated with how good-looking Tom Brady is, and I can't blame them. I mean, I assume that a lot of babies, whenever they're born into the world, they're shown a picture of Tom Brady and say, hey, this is what you should fucking be trying to be half like. Best American football player of all time, incredibly handsome, all the money in the world. He's a good golfer, I guess, what everybody says. So I understand that. Aaron looks to be in an incredible mood. Hadn't heard from Aaron in a while. I have not. The world has not. Tan looks good. Hair is flowing. Chuck told him to get a fucking haircut. Love that. Chuck could say that, obviously. Aaron seems to be incredibly confident about his golf game, and he says he doesn't need to practice.
Whoa.
So what does AJ know about all that shit? Is that a lie? Is that the truth? What's going on around the Aaron Rodgers saga? The people are talking about him not being at OTAs. He's not the only one. Kyler Murray also not at OTAs in Arizona, and many other vets around the NFL not showing up at OTAs as much as they had in the past, because I think everybody at this point is starting to realize this ain't fucking really worth a damn. No. I mean, it's great to be back around each other and build some camaraderie. And if you have a new coach, a new program, a new scheme, a new bunch of new guys, maybe it's good to get in here before training camp, although you're going to be around each other for 15, 16 hours a day for like 3-4 weeks straight. You're going to learn a lot about people quickly in training camp. Maybe it's good to get the scheme back. But as we go on here, it feels like veteran players are, starting to Stay away from the mandatory or the voluntary shit as opposed to in the past when they used to get publicly shamed into having to show up. Now, there's a lot of people on the internet that are like, it makes sense for him not to go. Just played football a couple months ago. Are they in shape or are they not in shape? I think the COVID thing really changed a lot of people because there was no OTA mandatory because nobody was supposed to be around each other because COVID was killing people.
Yeah, that's right.
And your grandparents. And everybody around you, so stay away from each other. So then they didn't really start working until they got near training camp, and everybody said, we're playing fucking great football. It's going to be tough to go back to the old way. We shall see, but it's always going to be a conversation whenever people like Aaron, whenever people like Kyler don't go to these voluntary workouts. Will they be there for the mandatory ones? We shall see. Other than that, Justin Thomas is an absolute dog.
Oh, yeah.
Down 7 going into a Sunday of a major, and he fucking goes on a tear. Goes 6 under in his last 13 holes, counting the overtime holes, the extra aggregate scoring 3 holes. This guy on the show 2 weeks ago says, all eyes are on the next major. All eyes are on the PGA Championship. I'm trying to figure out the right rhythm for me. The reason why he played in the tournament 2 weeks ago was because in years past, he had not played in the tournaments before majors and felt as if his best golf wasn't on Sunday and Saturday. Turns out he was not great first couple days, then 67, then fucking birdie par whenever he needed it in overtime. This dude's a dog, just won $2.7 million, his second major. Congratulations.
Hell yeah. That baby JT.
Now, with how poorly he and Rory look to be performing going into Sunday, and nobody at the top of the chart really with any resume, there was a lot of takes coming out about how these dudes don't got the killer instinct. ESPN actually wrote Kevin Van Valkenburg.
What a KVV.
Hey, listen, when KVV starts talking about, the mentality of golfers, it's hard not to take Kevin Van Valkenburg's word for it.
That's right.
He knows.
And we knew that the fucking Valkenburg, the Van Valkenburg.
Oh, yeah.
He's been the authority on golf a
Long
long time.
time.
He wrote, literally on Saturday, Rory and Justin were supposed to thrive in moments like this, but they keep missing chances in big moments, and it's become clear they didn't inherit the vicious predator mentality of their mentor, Tiger, a bit of conjecture that is starting to harden into fact.
Whoa. KVV.
And then down 7, Justin Thomas would go in to fucking win literally the next day saying, hey, KVV, S my D, pal. What a fucking run for Justin. It was awesome to watch. It was a great day to watch golf because he got very active very quickly. Mito's going to remember yesterday for the rest of his life. Maybe callous him up a little bit. He did do the interview, seemed to, get past it mentally and said, it's hard to imagine what the pressure of a major is like in your entire body. And then on the 18th tee box, he just said, I'm going to go for this thing. And his whole body said, no, you're not. And then boom, JT comes in and strikes. He'll remember it forever. Hopefully he'll go on to win in the future. But congrats to JT and Will Zalatoris putting on an absolute show. Now, we turn to the boys. The Toxic Table, at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor. Connor, how many days to NFL football?
107.
Here we go, boys.
We're right there.
Do you not think, Ty, that Aaron Rodgers needs to be practicing right now with all of his teammates, or he's going to forget how to play football and they're going to stink, Ty Schmidt? That is a conversation happening around the sports world right now.
Well, I don't think he's thrown a pass before he showed up in Green Bay the last 2 seasons. He's won 2 MVPs, so I think he's doing something just fine. But we did kind of do the same thing. Like it was the Kentucky Derby photo came out, and everyone's like, Jesus, he looks small. He's losing weight. Is he going to retire? And then we saw him at the match. His calves were looking monstrous, and it's like, oh, okay, this guy is actually in tip-top shape. So that's kind of been the thing now for at least last year. I think it'll be the barometer this year. We'll see how he looks at the match. I'm sure he'll be looking great, and we kind of assess where we're at when he needs to get back on the field from there.
So, Aaron and AJ have inside jokes that they do on the show.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm the third person on the screen. They're doing their little inside jokes. Do a lot of that.
Oh, yeah.
But I try to remember them. I believe one of their inside jokes, and I don't know how, because it's AJ Hawk that said it.
Sure.
Aaron doesn't throw a football, I don't think, all offseason. I think that's like something that they were talking about because there were some people posting on Instagram. They were throwing routes or running routes with somebody, and it was like highlight reel. And I think I overreacted to the highlight reel. And then AJ like mocked Aaron, was like, "Hey, where's your highlight reel or whatever?" And then I think AJ like slid in there like, "Yeah, tell him you don't throw a ball until training camp." So whenever we saw him playing against those high schoolers in that 7-on-7, I think he was even mentioned again like, "Oh, he's throwing a football." Like I think he does take a long time away, and he said his arm has felt better than it's ever felt the last 2 years as he's won MVP going in training camp, because the way OTAs are set up is you ramp into OTAs, you go all the way up to the mandatory mini camp at the end of it. It's like a 3-day mini camp at the end of your voluntary OTAs, and there's phase 1, phase 2, full go, then there's mandatory. And you ramp up like this, everything's going like walk through, not even on the field, no balls allowed, not even allowed to be together, to like, okay, allowed to be together with balls, but only allowed this amount of time. Then it's full go, here we go, running routes, one-on-ones and everything. And then there's a month break with nothings.
Nice.
Then training camp is like right back in there, and it's like day one. So Aaron talked about how with the schedule of just ramping all the way up into training camp, into the season, his body responded much better than the OTAs ramping all the way up and then down for a month and then all the way back up, because you're basically extending the season another month and a half longer than it has to be, is kind of how he viewed it and talked about it with his arm. Let's assume a lot of guys are feeling that way about their ankles, their knees, the routes that they're running. The old school people are going to hate this, but I think it's only a matter of time before it's basically just rookies, undrafted free agents, and people that are new that are going to these volunteer, or people that live in the city and the vets that are like the pillar of the culture stuff. But I think there's going to be more and more people missing these voluntary workouts than there ever has been in the past.
I assume, like,
and who cares? If they stink, they're going to lose their job.
Right.
So go to OTAs if you think it's going to make it better. But if they're good, who cares what's going on in the OTAs and the voluntary shit?
And I feel like past generations, maybe clubs and coaches and stuff, used this meeting time here in May, June, just to make sure that guys hadn't put 40 pounds on since the season was over, like just to hold them accountable to stay in shape all year long. But like the generation now, like, and you've said it a bunch of times, they use the working out like basically as content, and they worry about their bodies so much now that you don't need to check in on them every 2 months to make sure that they aren't letting themselves go and shit like that.
Yeah, because, I mean, I showed up at those off-season workouts like, 260.
Yeah, had a good time.
I was having a great time.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Okay, I need to be here. I need a little structure, all right, for the next couple weeks. Also, I mean, how many times can you just fly to a random city, get boozed up, and then come back home, and then fly to another city, get boozed up? So it's nice that there's actually something to do. I get to go to the facility, I get to see some of my friends, I get to chit chat, and there's a little bit of structure. So for me, I enjoyed it. But for some of these guys, now granted, I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. If I was from like San Diego or, anywhere that has warm, perfect weather during the off season, you could see that guys would be like, hey, Green Bay's awesome. But also there's like really talented guys out here. The ocean's here.
Florida.
My home's here. Florida guys.
Arizona.
The Arizona. See, that's the interesting thing, because I assume Kyler's there full time. So him not going to the voluntary stuff and he's in town is worthy of a conversation. Like, how are they? Maybe he's just training with his people, though. Maybe also he's putting, I'm not part of Face Clan.
Yeah, we're out.
That's right.
Matt Hasselbeck's part of Face Clan.
Yeah.
I love Matt Hasselbeck, so I will support Face Clan.
Okay. They're back.
Quarterback.
That video I saw, it was tough for me to take it serious. What was it? Bill, what was that video I saw of Face Clan? It was my first time. Yeah. It was when Hasselbeck was on Face Clan.
NFL introductions, they posted on their Instagram, and it was all the players saying
it was
where
hard
they're from.
Yeah, it was hard. After seeing that, I was like, okay, maybe I do open up my eyes to another team.
Yeah.
On the internet,
right.
On the esports.
Yeah.
But they did take our guy Hasselbeck on the squad, so maybe I should like them even more.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I wouldn't close the book on your fandom just yet. Someone might come calling.
And I'm starting to get into,
Was the flag football game?
That video is tough for me to take.
Yeah.
Is there another e-gaming team we even know about?
Huntsman,
Chicago
dude.
Huntsman. Wake up.
Huntsman, bro.
Also, who's the Optic squad?
Yeah, Noob Optics.
Yeah, Scum.
Optic
I
Scump.
think Pittsburgh.
Scum is a team?
No, with a P on the end.
Huh?
Scump.
Key player. on
He's
the
like
team.
the
I was
top
about to say, if
dog.
Scum's just walking around, my name's Scum. Like,
That'd be awesome.
I got mad respect for old buddy's fucking confidence. I had a friend, played in the NFL. Guy went to Pitt. My name's Greasy. Okay, that's literally what
yeah.
Hey, my name's Greasy. It's like, all right, I know. I feel like I know exactly what to expect. And by the way, Greasy, legend of a human being, great football player, hilarious conversation, pretty good drinker.
Oh.
I loved Greasy. But I think I loved him immediately upon hearing the fact he calls himself Greasy and introduces himself as Greasy. It's like, okay, this guy has come to full understanding who he is, what people expect, and he's owning it. That's why if old buddy's calling himself Scum, and he's like, yeah, that's what I am.
Yeah.
And he's fucking better than everybody else at the game, I can't help but respect.
And I'm that guy.
Be a dog.
That FaZe Clan video was tough, though.
Oh, yeah.
Both sides.
But I don't think we were supposed to be we weren't the demographic.
No.
Joining us now is probably the demographic. A
Yeah.
man who
Yeah.
almost went on the IR because he boozes so much. He drinks in public. He drinks at home.
What?
He drinks around his wife, and his wife almost took out his fucking teeth as he was boozing and throwing the beer back. Joining us, senior NFL insider for the NFL and NFL.com, host of the weekly wrap-up with Rap Sheet and Friends, us being the friends, he being Rap Sheet. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Rappaport. How's that tooth going, pal? You still got the Novocaine shot in the mouth?
No Novocaine, but they did kind of like fill it a little bit, so it wasn't crooked, but it was a little piece missing. So they had to go in, no Novocaine, just kind of like fix it up, added a little bits of a tooth, and said this could last 2 days or 2 years. If it lasts, cool. If not, we're going to have to shave off a part of your tooth and make them even. But yeah, my lovely wife really with the MVP move on Thursday, breaking my tooth.
Well, shout out to your wife. And shout out to your tooth. By the way, surviving more than 2 days, clearly. So the low expectation to return there, and expectation, who knows? We're happy you're okay. Is this a sign, though, maybe? Stop boozing? No.
Payback for the driveway?
No. No, I mean, I would say no. Look, I think this is a sign that my wife should not elbow me in the mouth when I'm taking a sip of a Modelo. Like, I don't, like, of all the I think that's one. And the crazy thing is, like, it was, so, you know, and I don't want to speak too much of my lovely wife, who is no doubt not listening. Or sometimes she does listen, but not, I'm sure not today. She elbowed me and was like, "You all right?" "Yeah, okay." And that was it. And never one time said to me, like, "Hey, your tooth is kind of, there's part of it missing and maybe on the floor." Or like, we just went and I was fine. I went to the bathroom, like, "Leah, did you see this?" She goes, "Oh, it looks, you can't even tell." And that was it.
That's awesome.
Nobody said anything until when I woke up the next morning. I'm like, "Yeah, we're going to have to get this fixed."
Well, I think the amazing thing is this is like when somebody gets hurt outside of the NFL practice facility. Like you have to power through till you get to the facility. Then you got hurt on the first rep there. Your wife was hoping something else would happen with your face. And then it turns out you shouldn't have ran into the wall when you were all boozed up and you just broke your tooth. So I respect that move from the wife. And by the way, good on you too, just buying into the booze bag thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Just buying all the way in. Your liver is one of the most impressive that our human species has, I think, at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. But look, you got to be upfront with who you are. And I am someone who, the things I like are very simple. I like golf.
What?
I like my family.
What?
Not necessarily in that order. I like to have a drink or two.
5 or 3.
8,
10. Lose a
What?
tooth.
What?
They run into a
I
wall.
think that's really it.
What?
I mean, I'm sure there are other things. I just can't think of it.
Pez, Harry Potter.
Yeah.
yeah.
Peloton, I do like to Peloton
Okay.
sometimes.
What about
Whoa.
What about your job, dude?
Oh, yeah, my job. No, I like that too.
You're a terrible
Yeah,
person.
really.
We're happy that you. Hey, thank you for being who you are.
That's right.
You just tweeted that Deebo Samuel has not attended the 49ers OTAs, which is voluntary at this point. Not a surprise as his situation remains unsettled. Kyler Murray also being reported as somebody that didn't show up at the voluntary OTAs. Back in the day, the voluntary OTAs felt like they were mandatory because you'd be publicly shamed if you didn't go. Now it feels like more vets are opting out of going and using their own personal workout people. But now whenever there's a contract situation happening, it is worthy of a convo. Do you think Debo and the Niners are in good terms and they're going to figure it out? And do you think Kyler and Arizona are in good terms and are going to figure it out? Or should we read into this much more than really all that matters?
All right, let's start with the Kyler thing. They're both pretty interesting, but let's start with the Kyler thing. I think they are fine. I think they are on the same page. I think they are moving forward together. Like, he's going to be there. He's going to be the Cardinals quarterback this year. He's going to play probably great. And I would imagine they're going to be probably do what they've done the last 3 years, which is take a little bit of a step forward and be a little bit of a better team than they were last year when they were also, especially for the beginning part of the season, very good. They just aren't there yet when it comes to a contract, and I think this summer is probably a better timetable as far as when it might get done. So he's obviously not going to show up. Anyone with a contract unsettled is not going to put himself in harm's way.
He has to go to mandatory, though, right? Doesn't he? He has to go to minicamp at the end of this whole thing?
He'll be at mandatory, I think. I shouldn't say I'm sure. I think. How much he'll do, I don't know. Again, like, I'm sure what players have done, and you're right, like, this used to be a bigger deal. Now, I mean, like, I don't think anybody really cares that much, except if it's not being there for a reason. I'm not sure how much he'll actually do during minicamp, but my guess is he would probably not like to get fined, so I assume he'll be there.
I'm not saying you, but do you think it used to be a bigger deal because all media outlets used to shame every single player if they didn't go to OTAs?
Yes. No, I mean, and
this guy hates the team, hates the city, getting paid this amount of money, won't come to this. Yeah, but it's voluntary. Doesn't matter. This person's going. Like, that used to be the coverage of it all. Like, literally used to be the coverage of it.
Yeah, and I mean, it was definitely some of our fault, and I mean, it's not like I'm blameless. Like, I'm sure I've done it. Talk about how, like, you know, a player really needs the reps in the spring. Like, okay.
No, they don't. Well, no. Some players don't. By the way,
GMs used to think.
Yeah. Some players don't.
What's that?
Some players need that shit. I think. I don't want to tape it off as no players need to be at OTAs, but like, I think some guys have earned the right to be like, I'm actually going to stay at home and train with my person. Is there a new offense? No. Is there a new football? No. Is there a new field? No. All right, so you guys at the mandatory. Like, I think some people can do that, not everybody, though, you know? And what were you about to say about GMs and coaches?
No, and, like, I think coaches used to think this was a much bigger deal, too, because we all grew up and sort of were trained on the mindset of, like, everything the team wants you to do, you do. You show up all the time. You practice as hard as you can all the time. And if you're not, then you're not doing everything you can for the team. And then something kind of happened in the last 5 years where we all realized athletes not only have a voice, which they do, but also are humans.
Are quite charming.
And so, like, you have Joey Bosa, who is a baller, who likes to train by himself and then be awesome. Like, okay, train by yourself. Or, like, your quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. Like, he doesn't like to do a lot during OTAs. Doesn't like to throw a ton during the spring. Whatever. We'll probably be fine in September.
Well, Matt Ryan, currently, technically, kind of my quarterback, but this show's quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. He said that whenever the COVID changed the OTAs, he said his arm felt better than it had ever felt before because the natural build of OTAs is like this, and then you get like a month off, and then you're right back in the training camp again. So he felt as if the build, when COVID got rid of OTAs and they had the extended training camp, and it was a full ramp-up period, he said his arm felt better, and I think a lot of people echoed his sentiments that were kind of OGs with their knees or hips. They're like, this is much better than the full, hey, we're going to go full go, and then probably get boozed up for like 2 weeks, and then we're going to try to get back in and then do it. So who knows? All right, let's move to Debo, though. Debo, he's not going because contract situation. Are they in good terms? Are they going to figure that out? Because it sounded like Kittle chatted with Debo last week. They didn't talk business or anything, but they have a great relationship. Kittle complimented him immensely. Sounds like you all think that the Niners are going to get it figured out with him on their time. Is that still how you feel, or what's going to happen with Debo? And what is Tory Dondy thinking about it all now at this point?
Well, I would say I think they can get it settled. I don't believe it is settled right now. And there's a lot of work that has to be done. Like, This is when a player asks for a trade, basically says he does not want to be there, and it has nothing to do with the contract. Because remember, he basically told them, don't offer me a contract. I'm not going to take it. I want to be traded. There is some work that has to get done. Kyle Shanahan is very charismatic and also very good at making sure football players are good at their jobs, right? He's a great play designer, and he has helped Deebo Samuel become like the dynamic weapon he has been. So I think they could get it worked out, but they are not there yet. And it has more to do with just contract. Like, I think the fact that the 49ers drafted a running back in the mid-rounds, I believe third round if I remember correctly, was actually valuable and important because then he doesn't have to be used as a running back as much as maybe he was last year. That is probably an important part of this, along with other things like contract and whatever else.
He wouldn't mind being a running back if they would just pay him for it as well, right?
I don't think so. I think it's more career longevity. And, running backs, it hurts. You get injured all the time. You have short careers. Like, you see the contracts of running backs, like, it's different. As a receiver, those guys are getting paid like nothing we've ever seen, and you can play into your 30s as a receiver.
Fascinating. So I just assumed that if they would pay him for, top dollar wide receiver with a bonus running back thing on top of that for however many snaps, that he would be cool with it. But I guess he's thinking like 8-10 years into the future, he'd like to continue just be able to do his thing like we're seeing Devontae be able to do and others. All right. Fascinating. Hope it all gets worked out, by the way.
Yeah.
Will he be at mandatory? He would be at minicamp then, or you're thinking...
That one I do not know. You can do a couple different ways. You can do the hold in, you can do the hamstring pull, the back, the migraines, or you can make a bigger statement and say, I'm not going to show up, fine me. And then, usually if you get a contract, they kind of erase the fines, and that is a possibility. If he's there for minicamp, then there's probably a good chance the team will pull him aside and try to talk to him and try to work this out in person. So I think if he's there, this could go a long way to fixing this, but I don't know for sure if he's going to be there.
All right, we appreciate that. Before the boys have their questions, we may or may not have a source, okay, that's telling us that a combine vote is in the coming days. This is a big deal for Indianapolis. Is that something you're hearing or knowing? Is there any important combine votes taking place over the next, let's say, 48 hours about where the combine will be housed in the future?
I would say I'm in Atlanta right now. I'm in the Delta Sky Club, awkwardly hiding behind the wall, talking to you guys.
First class.
Just kind of people are walking by, going to the bathroom over there. It's kind of weird, but it's fine. It's not the weirdest place I've sat and done this. Generally, league business is settled at league meetings. There's going to be a couple things that are going to come out of this. There's actually a really cool program the league's doing to help diverse minority coaches and GMs get hired, but that's a whole different thing. It would make sense for the timing if a combine vote was taken, let's say tomorrow sometime. I'll be on the lookout for that. And I thought, so I think the combine is going to be in Indy next year. And I thought going into this whole thing, it's just going to be in Dallas or it's just going to be in LA. I'm not so sure anybody wants it as bad as Indy does. Okay. And Indy does a really good job. So I don't know. I could see it back in Indy for a little. We'll see what happens with the vote, but I could see that happening.
Well, it's perfect.
It really is.
Wonderful city.
City's perfect for it. It's literally built for it. Everything's connected. Yeah. All the hotels are ready and hospitable because there's something that happens here every single year where like 200,000 people travel from outside the city to come enjoy something. And then all the bars and restaurants are just like, come on in.
Coaches and players already have coaches and GMs and owners. They already know where to go.
The routines. Rap. Everywhere you go, they're like, all right, let's get a couple more bottles.
Yeah, that's right.
The booze bag's coming through.
Minimal
Come on.
bums.
Keep it.
That's true.
There's a lot less bums in Tennessee from what I heard.
That's right.
And I don't know if they're... That's a wall of time.
Yeah.
By the way, they found the clause. I guess they figured out public camping not happening in this city or this state anymore. That's wild.
Yeah.
Genius.
That's a wild move by Tennessee. That's happening. Did you hear this? And how come that stadium is such a dump? Are they going to change that stadium down there in Nashville?
I think that'd be another thing, actually, that could have some news. We'll see if we have some news on that. I think it'll be probably tomorrow. Generally, stadium news also gets handled here. I saw that they won a lot of public money. There's been been a lot of discussion about how much NFL teams have gotten public money. The Bills were sort of the latest, but I think a lot of times cities cities feel like they sort of have to. But yeah, I think we'll get a little bit of news on that.
Well, I believe the NFL brings a lot of value to every single city. That should be something that is talked about, and I believe that is
Can't argue that. Cannot
is
argue that.
actual business where you can see the actual numbers. But I can see how some people who maybe aren't sports people, who are in a position of power somewhere, wouldn't mind grandstanding on how much money are we giving said billionaire who owns team to run company, and that's obviously always going to be a fine balance. But the NFL brings value to your city. Let's never ever forget it. Let's never ever forget it. Go ahead, Ty Schmidt.
Rap sheet. How long did it take for this whole Clowney going back to the Browns deal to happen? And also, who are the other teams who reportedly offered him more money and a longer contract? Do you know?
I know at least one. I will not mention it.
The hell?
Why not?
I know. But
get this
it
guy
took
some
forever.
buzz.
I mean, literally forever. I got word Wednesday afternoon that this deal was about done. It was like, but hang on, some things got to get finalized. And Clowney, he's a great player. He's a very good player. He is his own man. He signs one-year deals, it seems, every year. Oh, here we go. A little bit of Colts news.
What?
Whoa.
My buddy Mike Garafolo is reporting that Foles is done to the Colts.
And about
Should be
Big
on the
Richard!
Twitter.
Yeah, back with Frankie Wright Day! You learn from Matt Ryan, and if something happens to Matt Ryan, not that Matt Ryan has ever been injury prone in his entire life, but if Big Richard, Nick Foles, and Frank Reich can dial up that magic they had in Philadelphia, that would be fantastic. A lot of people were talking about getting Big Richard here in Indianapolis a year ago when Big Richard was cutting promos at press conferences when he was QB3,
That's great.
and he was saying, hey, you put me back with Frank Reich, you know what I did? Super Bowl, Philly. How's everybody doing? Eat shit, basically. Now he's in Indy alongside Navy SEAL and astronaut, Jim Irsay's words, Matt Ryan. So let's go, Indy. That's great news. Wow. Hey, thank you,
There you go.
Garafolo, for this information. How much is he paying him? How much are we paying him?
He's got 4 guaranteed already from the Bears, I believe.
Thank you, Chicago.
So unless they're going to pay him more, my guess is it's probably just a low deal for this year and let the Bears pay. I'll have to check, but that's what I would. First glance would be let the Bears pay all of it and just a low deal.
Thanks, Poles. Appreciate you, Poles.
Well, no. That's a Ryan Pace situation. Poles inherited it. Yeah.
So we're placing blame on the previous regime.
Yeah.
Oh, you got good in, huh, with Poles?
Sounds like
You
it.
and Poles pretty
Whoa.
tight. That's what it sounds like.
Oh,
He's a bright young GM. I don't know.
This is kind of what Florio did whenever AQ's roommate from 15 years ago said something.
That's right.
Florio was like, oh, it must have been AQ Shipley. Now everything that comes from you, we're like, oh, Poles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Poles
Makes sense.
directly with Ian Rapp. This is great news. Hey, good for the NFL.
Go Rap.
Hey, I like the Poles hitch his wagon to you, though. I think you're a good wagon to get going with. Is that kind of a thing?
I would say if he has done that, it would be a great thing, especially for me. And I would say
Mostly.
I would recommend all young GMs or old GMs do the same. It's beneficial. Again, mostly for me.
How's that? Yeah, definitely for you. Certainly for you, but also for them. At this point, you're already established, so this career is going to happen. How does that work out? Because we know some insiders have better, relationships at some places, and when we hear somebody report something, we're like, oh, they've been accurate in the past. Are you just building these relationships since they're like young assistant coaches and scouts, and that's why you come to Indy and just buy everybody booze, and then when your horse gets a general manager job, you're like, yeah! Woo! Is that kind of how the insider game goes?
Yeah. I would say that's, like some of what I do.
So then you guys are reporting that your
some-
people.
There you go.
Are
Some
getting
of
more
what I
interest
do is a
for
little bit of
jobs.
like talent scouting, right? Like you try to identify who are the good young coaches, who are the good young GMs, who's going to be successful, and sometimes it's just people like, who do I want to meet? Like who's good and who I. So I like one of them. Just this what kind of stands out. Probably 5 years ago, I flew to Minnesota to talk to Kevin Stefanski, who was a quarterback's coach. And it was just during training camp, and he had lasted at every regime, and apparently he was a really good guy and a good coach, and every regime had kept him. And I'm like, all right, something is obviously good with this guy where everybody keeps him when usually everyone just gets fired. So We chatted on the field. He's a nice guy. We talked. We kind of stayed in touch. And I'm not saying he's head coach of the Browns because of that conversation. You never know. But, like, that's kind of what you try to do is, like, here are the people who are going to really make an impact. You try to meet them on the way up. And, look, if Stefanski doesn't, but some do. Sometimes maybe they toss you a story here and there. Like, I'm not going to turn it down. That would be rude, you know?
Yeah, because who would you be, to let some other person maybe get the story that was presented to you first? You'd be a fucking loser and a clown. Yeah. You wouldn't want to do that.
I don't want that.
No, so that's why all the booze.
Makes
He's
sense.
boozing with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You're out here. What's that? Well, man.
Networking?
Home Alone, with the video, you filthy animal, you're out smooching everybody.
Yep.
That's basically what Ian Rappaport's doing.
Yeah, pretty
He's
much.
smooching everybody. Just
Always
seeing
with his
who's going to get into a position of power. By the way, Ian, we appreciate all your smoozing.
Yeah.
Good smoozing, pal. There's big issues out of the town that you used to cover directly at Boston Connor. Your question for Rappaport.
Yeah, Rapshi, we got 107 days till NFL football, so no one's going to know who the OC is for another 110 days on opening Sunday. Aside from that, do you think Mac Jones will have a little bit more say in the offense? And is there a chance Bill Belichick just says, fuck it, I'm calling the offense?
Is there a chance? I would say, will he 100% call every offensive play as if he's the coordinator? I'm not so sure it would be like that. But the thing that's amazing with Belichick, I mean, there's a lot of things. But so everyone's talking about who's going to be and I don't think there'll be an OC in title. I would assume there's not going to be. But there will be someone who's sort of charged with saying the play calls to the quarterback. Is that Joe Judge because he's sort of going to work with some quarterbacks? Is that Matt Patricia? Is it someone else? Is it Nick Caley, the tight ends coach? I don't 100% know. The fact that Joe Judge is working with quarterbacks probably puts him in a fine position to be the guy literally saying it. But Belichick at various times has taken a much more heavy hand in whatever needs it. Some years, young defensive coordinator, he kind of oversees that. Sometimes, like Josh McDaniels is a young quarterbacks coach. Belichick, takes a heavy hand in the offense. Belichick will be very, very involved, making sure that it's all run as it should. So, people will be like, what are the Patriots going to do? Are they going to be okay? They're going to be okay. They're always okay, and they'll always be fine.
Dan Orlovsky said it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Bad idea.
Rebuttal?
Who am I to argue with Dan Orlovsky, who I really like, by the way? I think we do this every year, where the Patriots do something, and everyone's like, can you believe that they don't have numbers on the back of their jerseys, or they don't have coaches with titles, or they took this defensive back from Rodgers in the first round, literally everything, and they're always pretty good or maybe really good. They're always fine.
Yeah, but Rutgers, not the proper school to use there, right?
Yeah.
You should have said Northern Southwestern Idaho University.
Yeah.
Or they took a guard named Cole Strange that most people hadn't heard of.
Well, we learned about him quickly from the Senior Bowl.
It's fucking sick.
He's so good at being named and looking jacked.
Having a cool face mask.
Cool face mask with the single
Did
bar.
he have a cool face mask?
Yeah.
Dog.
Can't block.
Well,
Whoa.
that's what everybody's saying.
Slow down.
You would think, though, Bill Belichick would understand, a good offensive lineman and a bad offensive lineman and why he would draft it. But the Senior Bowl clips that we're seeing, that guy cannot put his body in between another person's body and a quarterback.
Speed bump.
Which I think is a big part of blocking, but I got faith in Bill Belichick. I got nothing but faith in Bill Belichick. I hope Mac Jones takes another step. I believe Tom E. Curran will be chatting with Mac Jones today after practice.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. So we'll get more out of this entire saga, or we'll get nothing because another great trait of Bill Belichick is telling everybody what they can say and what they can't say publicly because we ain't giving nobody fucking nothing. Go ahead, Tone Dix.
Yeah, Ian, this is Kevin Colbert's last week on the job. Thank you, Kevin.
Hey, hell of a run.
Baby Kev.
So, can we expect an announcement this week from the Steelers who the next GM's going to be? Have you been talent scouting in that organization, kind of trying to predict who that GM is going to be? Anyone you think it's going to be?
I would say there is a chance we get something this week. The timing makes sense. And the Steelers always, they always seem to do everything proper, I guess is maybe not the right word, but kind of as it should be. So Colbert finishes up. They have a successor. He's very involved in who the successor is going to be, although I think it sounds like Mike Tomlin is going to be not final say because that's ownership, but Tomlin has also been extremely involved in who he's going to work hand in hand with. They have had several second interviews over the last, I think, 6 candidates over the last couple weeks. In-house, Brandon Hunt and Omar Khan are the 2. Omar Khan has kind of been the one people thought would be the heir apparent, but usually the Steelers have a scout at the top, so it'll be interesting to see if they go kind of against what they've always done. One thing we probably know is that whoever has the job is going to have it for a very long time because they have stability like I would say most teams would.
I don't know if that's true. You
Which
hear me?
one?
The stability thing. They had stability because everybody they've hired has been a home run. But like the Colts have had
Right.
stability at the quarterback position for like 25 years, and then boom, new one. I think
true.
you're one bad hire away from not having stability anymore.
Yeah, except Tomlin's there. So like I mean, he's had some teams where I'm not, where I look at him and I'm like, I cannot believe this team is 9-7.
Why is this guy burying Duck Hodges? You think
hell?
Duck Hodges
Whoa.
isn't a good football player? That guy's a champion duck caller.
Can you name what team Duck Hodges was just on? I believe it was a USFL.
The Red
Maybe
Blacks.
Yeah, Jesus.
CFL,
Oh
rap
my
sheet.
God!
Fucking Ottawa.
Ottawa Red Blacks.
Going after the Grey Cup.
How in the
Because we work every day.
We champion
Hey,
the
that's-
sport.
Yeah, we're
Stewards.
We're champions of stewarding football.
Bingo.
That is what we are. And while you're out there golfing and boozing and losing your teeth, we're out here cutting our teeth.
Yeah.
Learning everything we can about the sport. And playoff quarterback Duck Hodges is, chasing a Grey Cup up there with the boys and launching a podcast, I believe, right now.
Red Hawks? What is the team?
Red Black.
Blacks.
Jesus.
Red Blacks.
And he has officially retired from football.
Well, and by the way, we would like to officially, celebrate his career.
Yeah, thank you, Doug.
Great career.
Now, he did not deserve the shot that you just took at him.
Not at all.
Whenever you're talking about
Register to vote.
what?
No, I did not take a shot at him.
That
I
was
just
their
literally
exact
didn't
record, I think, whenever Duck was on the team
Yeah,
playing
it was.
quarterback. You were talking exactly about Duck Hodges whenever you spoke there.
Seems fake.
You weren't talking about Ben.
No way. Is he coming back, Ben Roethlisberger? Is Ben Roethlisberger coming back?
OC.
Ben Roethlisberger is not.
OC?
I did see the thing about him having. Did you see this? The report that he had bad blood with the Steelers.
Yeah.
Well,
but
that
then-
Oh.
that was Jerry Dulac.
Yeah, he was responding to Boner Garage 6.
Jerry Dulac going ahead and dumped some gas and was just like, come on.
Golf, Jerry.
Come on. Let me get this thing going. And then he went on with the super genius, Mark Madden, and said, "Hey, ain't no bad blood." Literally 12 hours after you
Oh,
wrote
really?
it. Yeah. So that's,
I missed that.
Jerry
That's funny.
Dulac having a Jerry Dulac day. Any other news about to come out of the NFL that we need to know about? And are you working currently down there at the league meetings?
Yes. I'll be working. And I think a lot of the. I'm not getting paged.
Good news.
When I was in. Yeah, we get the point. When I was in
Somebody just
Vegas,
missed a
Mike
flight.
just got paged on the loudspeaker. It's truly a great moment.
Who, Vic did?
Yeah.
And then did you guys see him like fucking
No.
shake?
No, that actually is what I expected because I thought he would be like jogging through the airport. Except when he jogs, it's faster than most people jog. But did not see him. No, I think what a lot of the focus will be on is the NFL Accelerator Program for young coaches and GM candidates of color, minorities to come to Atlanta. I'll be working a league meeting to meet the owners, get in a room, familiarize themselves with some of these decision makers, and hopefully do a better job as a league of hiring really talented people who happen to be minorities. So that's kind of the focus, I would say, in the next couple of days.
Okay, that's awesome news. Sounds like that's going to be great for the NFL as a whole in the future of the NFL. Speaking of the future of the NFL, is Dan Snyder getting voted out? And is this because Papa John came out and said that Dan Snyder and Jerry Jones wanted him to go run Roger Goodell out of the NFL? And Roger Goodell said, "Oh, is that right, Dan? I've been protecting you. Let's do a vote." And then they said if 24 owners vote to pass this, then they can kind of move on. Is that happening at that meeting? And will Dan Snyder give a full presentation on why they shouldn't kick him out of the fucking club? Or how's that go?
I don't think it will be a presentation here, but I'm sure that this issue will be discussed. And, like a lot of times what happens at these meetings is they have the agenda, which is discussed in the room, and then they have the good stuff, which is discussed in the hallways kind of outside the meeting in like privileged sessions with these owners. I saw the report. I have no reason to think it's not credible. So I would imagine this is going to be a topic. And Roger Goodell has a press conference generally at these league meetings. I am sure he will be asked about it. And I don't think it has to do with the Papa John's guy. But the allegations, against Dan Snyder were on the emails and all of that. I mean, it was all pretty serious. I know the league was not happy. It does take 24 votes. I don't believe we've seen that yet, but theoretically it could happen. But yeah, I'm sure this will be one of the topics that is discussed down here.
So everybody have their head down, and then they'll do like a thumbs up thing, like yay or nay, or how do they? Or they
I would think it would be.
Is it?
The
tribe has spoken, and you're fucking out. How does it work?
Maybe there's like you hold up a placard like you're in like you're bidding in an auction. I don't know. Or maybe you stand up like in Congress and you say yay or nay. It's unprecedented. So we have not had it.
That'd be awesome. Jim Irsay just got done buying Kurt Cobain's Teen Spirit guitar. He's like, I have nothing but good vibes until this. Fuck him. I vote yeah. See ya. Is it yes or no? Are we no for him supposed to be here, or yes to get him the fuck out of here? Because I'm with both of those. And then they sit back down. That would be pretty. This is a multi-billion-dollar decision.
Yeah.
I assume Dan Snyder. If we know anything about Dan Snyder, he's not going to go down quietly.
No, he's a cockroach. He cannot die.
No. He will survive. We appreciate you for taking the time in the middle of your yuppie club down there, flying first class as you deserve it, and for reporting everything going on around the NFL. We appreciate you, Ian.
All right. I appreciate you guys, and thank you for your concern about my personal well-being.
Well, just put the bottle down.
Come on.
My God.
Not during the weekdays.
You know what I mean? Maybe don't lose a tooth while boozing. Put you on IR.
Yeah. Again, totally my wife's fault, but thank you. Don't tell her I said that.
Well, you just said it.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Rappaport. Leo Rappaport has to go to some Pez dispenser convention.
Yeah.
Harry Potter museum.
Driving everywhere.
Tuck him in at night. Put his seatbelt on him.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Basically, has to put him in the torture rack every weekend and carry him home.
Let's get to a break. We'll be back on the other side answering some phone calls as we wrap up hour one. AJ Hawk will join us in hour two, as will Shams Charania. What did we learn from that inside information there?
It sounds like Snyder's going to get axed.
Sounds like Patriots don't have a clue what they're doing.
Well,
Foles officially a Colt. That's pretty big
I
news.
thought that happened on Friday.
me
So did
too.
I.
When he was like, oh, here we go, we have some breaking news, Colts news. I was like, oh, this is awesome. That happened on Friday.
Yeah, they did kind of bear the lead already.
Debo might sign up. Debo.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like that might not happen. Wait, maybe he'll be at a mandatory minicamp. All right, thanks, Rap.
That boy,
Baby
Rap.
rap sheet.
All right, we'll be back in 4 answering some phone calls on the 5 Energy phone line, 1-833-4 McAfee. Bring the heat.
Here we go.
AJ Hawk joins us in about 11 minutes. Can't wait to chat with him, Shams Charania, and many more on this Insider Monday. Congrats to Justin Thomas. See you in 4. What's up? We're like 20 minutes before the show starts here on this Feel Good Friday. Boom.
Probably would never see you again.
We're out of here to Grand Rapids, Michigan. What? Hello, Grand Rapids. Such a piece of shit. Steven in Nashville enough. What's going on, Steven?
Hey, hello? Pat? You guys can hear me?
It's the worst call we've ever had, Steven.
My God. So mean.
Steven.
Hello?
Steven,
Pat.
it's the worst call we've ever had. So much dead air there.
Yo, Pat, can you hear me?
Yeah, keep it going.
Hello?
Know what you say?
I was going to hit him again.
What?
Yo, Pat.
No,
Pat?
just that.
Pat. Hey, Pat, can you hear me?
Steven does not deserve this. Steven, what's going on, dude? How's going on, Steven?
Sorry, your phone was
Yo,
choppy.
Pat McAfee, can you hear me?
Steven! Steven, you there?
Pat, can you hear me?
What's that?
Hello?
Is it a cup and a string?
Steven!
Yo, Pat. Pat, can you hear me? Hello?
Steve!
Pat!
Hey, there you are. Hey,
Hello?
what's going on, Steve? Hey, Steven, sorry about that. I think we're having connection issues. What's going on, man?
Hey, sorry, man. I didn't know if that was me or if you were trying to talk to another guy. And then I didn't hear you guys.
Steve!
Yeah. Hello?
Oh, we lost him again, I think. Shit.
Pat!
Can you?
No.
Pat, can you hear me?
Steve! Hey, Steve, there you are, Steve.
Pat!
Steve!
Pat!
Hey!
Pat! Pat!
Steve!
Pat! Oh, can you hear me?
Steve!
Hey, are you guys messing around? Can you guys hear me?
Welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show here on this Insider Monday, May 23rd, 2022. Mitt is the one making the selection for what shirt or piece of merch from the store is being 15% off. And right now at store.patmcafeeshow.com, the Wade Steve Weiser drink at WrestleMania is currently 15% off. Shout out to Mitt for his selection.
Boy, man.
Connor, way to really lead this thing off in proper fashion.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to show everybody, hey, don't do this. And that's why I did it first. And then, we had the SmackDown.
Let's go to some phone calls here. Let's go to, heard we sold 6 of those football shirts.
Let's fucking go.
Hey, here we
Not
go.
bad.
I thought it was like -10. I thought people returned them.
Well, I don't even know if we have the capability to do such
And they
a
asked for
thing.
the 50% back.
Yeah.
We'd actually pay more to get another shirt. Some people were saying.
Well, and I heard SmackDown crushed.
SmackDown did good.
Let's go.
SmackDown was wild this past Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, it was bananas.
Are they going to kill Drew Gulak? Like, I'm kind of nervous
Yeah,
he's
I'm
going to
worried
die.
about that guy.
I understand that all men were created equal, they say on a piece of paper way back in the day. Drew Gulak and Gunther were not created equal.
No, they weren't.
Now, Drew Gulak's sternum might be better than any other sternum in history, though, because Gunther has attempted to put the palm of his hand into Drew's heart numerous times over the last few weeks. And guess what Drew's sternum does? Just keeps on standing. Now,
right.
Drew does not. He obviously gets knocked off his feet into a soulless look. But his sternum, I don't believe, has cracked yet. Maybe we'll get an update. And congrats to Drew Gulak for that.
Oh, yeah, I love watching work. Technician. It really is like a modern-day Dean Malenko.
Drew Gulak?
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to get into the Dean Malenko 1,000 holds whenever fucking Gunther, the ring general, is putting his palm through your esophagus.
That's
basically.
true.
He's a big
That's
son
true.
of a
It feels like it's a collision course with fucking Gunter and Veer.
Ooh.
I mean, those two have just
My
been,
money is on Gunther.
Those two have
Veer's
just
a
been
dog.
jobbing all over the place.
Whoa. They have not. Some other people have been jobbing to that. If you want to get into.
I didn't use that correctly?
No, not at all.
They ain't jobbers.
But they ain't jobbing, by the way. Those are fair matches. Drew Gulak went in there thinking he was going to win. He did not. That match started during a commercial break. Nobody saw it. Drew won for a single leg.
Did he?
Really?
Then it ended. Hour two's on the other side. I mean, it was not good. I mean, Drew,
No, he's getting pounded.
what do you have video of? Of Gulak getting destroyed. Well, yeah, we
What?
can show.
What?
Do you have the sound? We should have the sound, I think, for this.
Oh, here on Friday Night SmackDown, it could be said that this is the first real test for Gunther, right?
Trying to break
Last
his...
week he beat the guy who won the 200-man Royal Rumble the night before, right?
Oh, no.
That's what you said.
Teddy Goods.
And look at Gunther now, just trying to dislocate the shoulder.
Oh, this is the type of game that Drew Gulak's good at, though. Submission.
Yeah, and that lasted momentarily as
Michael Cole gave him... Oh, here it comes.
Shoulders up. Oh, my goodness.
Gunther.
3 ribs potentially broken right there. One swing of Gunther's right hand.
He does it again, right?
Referee Dan Engler just asked Drew Gulak, are you okay? Oh my God! Me after that.
That sounded stiff.
That one did sound stiff.
The Kaiser loves the work.
How quickly
Oh my God! Enough. It gets uncomfortable sometimes.
Could hear that one.
All right, let's get to a break. Hour 2 will be on the other side.
How's Gulak doing?
Yeah.
Do you know what Bush is up to?
Well, I believe Butch got a win 2 weeks ago or last week. He's back.
He's back.
He went through the crowd though again. He's gone. I don't understand why he's always going through the crowd.
Bush doing Bush things.
Yeah.
And the Sasha Naomi thing, that was my first time hearing what Cole was saying live there. I have no idea what to think there.
Yeah, what's going on?
I have no clue. This is a very fascinating thing.
Yeah, need Sasha.
She's superstar.
Yeah, talent.
They were our champions. What? I honestly have no idea what to believe in this whole thing. They keep me out of the loop with everything. I have no fucking idea. While Cole was doing his thing, I was very fascinated. What is going on? What is going on right now? I have no idea. I wish I had more answers for people. A couple people asked me during my chat with Pat on Saturday, what's going on? It's like, fuck, I feel like you know more than I do. Literally, as that was happening, I'm like, oh, god damn. Suspended indefinitely.
Hopefully we get some sort of resolution.
Yeah,
at some
we
point
need
here.
it.
I know.
Let's get to a break. AJ Hawk will be on the other side. Can't wait to chat with him. Let's go to the phones one time here. Rob in Victoria, Canada. What's going on?
Bobby.
Hey, happy Victoria Day, boys.
Hey! Happy Victoria Day. This is the first we've heard of this.
Yeah,
What is Victoria Day?
Well, you're going to have to Google that, but
What?
something to do with the Queen, I believe.
Oh, well, happy Victoria Day, Rob. So, Rob from the same area. That's where you're
That is
from?
my hometown, yeah, Victoria.
Holy shit.
So he doesn't know anything about
Yeah.
it. You don't
West
know anything
Coast, we
about
don't
it.
give a shit
Is
about
that the
nothing.
worst education system in all of the world, Victoria, Canada?
Sure sounds like
It's a
it.
day to celebrate all the wonderful things that make Canada Canada.
Oh, champions!
Canada?
Today's the champion of Canada Day. Happy Victoria
Why didn't
Day.
he tell
Maple
us?
syrup,
What?
obviously.
Creamoo.
Justin
Smooth
Smooth
Creamoo.
Justin Bieber,
Yeah.
Tiger ice cream.
Drake,
Tiger.
Curling.
Tiger,
Celine
tiger.
Dion, curling.
Calgary and Edmonton in the playoffs.
Hey, champion of Canada. Happy Victoria.
Happy Victoria.
Mises?
What's that?
Plural of moose?
Okay.
Fucking poutine.
Oh, poutine is good.
Oh, there's
Kyle
just
Cathcart.
fries with
Yeah, just gravy and other shit on top of it.
yeah.
Curds,
Gumpy
cheese
also.
curds.
I think Gumpy. You guys didn't create cheese curds, Wisconsin.
Strong border?
No, the poutine.
Oh, so Poutine took Wisconsin's cheese curds and put it
Poutine's
on.
fries, cheese curds, and gravy.
It's quite delicious.
Who started cheese curds? Is that something Canada deserves on this Happy Victoria?
Montreal, my friend.
Happy Victoria Day.
Happy Victoria Day. Oui, oui.
You guys stole it because you guys tried at
No,
Wisconsin.
I'm not from Wisconsin.
I was at that goddamn. I was at the Packers game. I went across the street and they were like, "Gotta have the cheese curds. Gotta have the cheese curds." They created the cheese curds.
See, I think they do different kinds of cheese in there. I believe those cheese curds are mostly just mozzarella.
Oh, mozzarella.
So they probably stole it from the Italians.
The Italians started the cheese curds.
What?
They
Basically mozzarella
started
sticks.
cheese.
Started mozzarella.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I ordered
especially
mozzarella
the
sticks this past weekend.
How are they? I haven't had them in so long.
good.
Didn't cook
No,
'em
don't
enough.
do it.
No.
Yeah, need that thing to be cooked pretty
Yeah,
good.
you
Let
gotta-
it need a little crisp and
Yeah,
Oh,
golden
did you
brown.
get the drip?
if it's just rubbery, can't have it.
No.
That's bad.
Actually make me puke.
It's always tough.
Well, everything's delivered these days, including Chipotle. That Bill actually went out to get from his DoorDash driver, and his DoorDash driver was eating his Chipotle and said sorry about it, and then drove off. That happened to
real?
Bill on
That
Friday.
happened.
Sorry, Bill.
DoorDash Chipotle. Chipotle got all the way to here. Waited, Bill, he must have been a little gun shy, like 30, 45 seconds, get outside.
Yeah.
Gets outside, DoorDash driver eating the Chipotle that has Bill his name on it.
And Bill ate the whole Chipotle,
Probably.
didn't he?
No, I think Bill just said, fuck it, you can keep it, and then he's got the refund.
Yeah, no, can't really do much after that. Just halfway through.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It smelled so good. Got all the way to here and then said, I'm doing it right in his fucking face.
I want this.
We all know you're doing it. Now just doing it in front of people is the next level. Shout out to that DoorDash stuff.
Some of the drivers today brought the juice, too. There was one guy that was with it.
Fucking straight out of Econ.
Yeah.
All right, hour 2 is on the other side of this 1 minute break that I was supposed to go piss in, but I obviously didn't. See you then. Fuck.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat
What the fuck are
McAfee
you
Show
doing?
starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to that show. Hour 2 on this glorious Insider Monday, May 23rd, 2022. Shall commence immediately following this beat drop from a music maker named Twine. Boom. Yeah. Talks tables here at Ty Schmidt at Boston Connor. One half of the Hammer. Dahn. Cowboys at Tone Diggs is here. Tone, how's the gambling this weekend, pal?
The gambling was not good for me because I was in a state that doesn't have online gambling, and when that happens, boy, oh boy, does it piss you right the fuck off.
I didn't know you went on vacation this weekend. Where did you go? What terrible state did you go to?
Ocean City, Maryland.
Oh, what a place.
Football coaches.
How was it?
It was just like it was when we went on senior trip 15, 16 years ago.
And that was the purpose, right? To kind of relive the glory days?
Yeah.
And did you do such
the
a
main
thing?
bar down there is called Purple Moose. Okay.
Ooh.
Wild decision. It's fully carpeted.
Nice.
What?
Not bad.
You guys just walking around shocking each people?
Well,
Or?
I just assume there is just so many things in that carpet and stuff like that. And then some of the boys played some golf, some didn't.
You
Some-
did you? Did you not?
No,
you did not play.
No.
Because Purple Moose got you too much?
Well, no, I was trying to recruit everyone not to play golf. So on on Saturday we could go out to this beach club.
Called
Secrets.
still there.
Secrets is still kicking.
Secrets is
Alive-
still doing it.
alive and well.
Good for Secrets. They've been around for, this is 20 years such.
Oh,
Being
damn.
Out in the water. They have like little, like actual tables you
Yeah.
can sit at in the water.
Oh.
Secret spelled obviously sea, like ocean sea.
Ah, nice. Good
Yeah,
touch.
very, very, very belligerent drunks there.
Let's go.
Good time, Secrets. Did you go?
Yeah, we went to Secrets.
Same
yeah.
exact place as
Same
it was?
exact place that it was. Hasn't changed a bit. It was a good trip, but the non gambling was kind of because I was looking to live bet the golf.
A little
all
bit of a
weekend.
domper.
A little bit of a downer, yeah.
Yeah, Domper on the entire festivities there. I had a nice +9 hunch when I saw Justin Thomas going this way and the top kind of going this way. I don't want to say I'm like a prophet or whatever, but I thought to myself, Justin can get the 5.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
And it feels like this guy is going to fall to 5 maybe. Now, if Zalatoris or Young or any of them after I made the bet would have gone on a run, would have been troubling for me. But all eyes on Justin Thomas getting very hot on Sunday and the top, not having that, comfort or confidence or experience being in the major in the moment there. I felt like it was a good bet. +900 felt like good odds. People got it at better odds than me earlier
there
in the
was,
day. But fucking what a payday. I needed it too because I've been not a champion of gambling as of late.
Golf to me is the ultimate let's live bet this thing because you could kind of get on a read on guys that are coming up or going down. Like we tried doing it on Friday because of the weather.
Isn't
We
that
had
Cupmaker's thing? Cupmaker Jeff is a
live, yeah.
a golf gambling champion, and he basically said, sign up for our text message. We will we will text you who you should be live betting on. So you can go to the lake or cook out or sleep or watch basketball or the NHL or whatever you want to do. We'll send you a text like, hey, Fucking flat sticks hot right now for Justin Thomas. Maybe get a live bet in here. You can find some good odds. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yesterday was awesome. What the thing was, because Rory would.
Well, Poole couldn't score 15 fucking points. I had another like plus 600 same game parlay on that Golden State game, Dallas game, and Poole stinks all of a sudden. Wiggins is the guy. We have to remember that going forward. That Wiggins, although Nick Wright called him dead a couple years ago, has found his game in the proper fashion. That series, although it's 3-0, going to be electrifying.
Luka is just so fun to watch. He's ridiculous. I feel like there hasn't been a guy that looks like he's moving in mud and then still scoring like 40 points every game.
And losing still. Scoring 40, still losing. Joining us now is a man who, doesn't look like he's moving in mud whenever he's moving. Because although he has zero cartilage in either of his knees, he could still run a 4.5 if he had to.
That's right.
I know the Fan Craze Football League has T.O. in it, and Michael Vick was in it. Then Michael Vick disputed those claims and everything like that. But the guy that joins us every single day for the second and third hour of this show could definitely go play in the Fawn-controlled Football League if he wanted to. His head is still the same size, still the same depth, still the same hardness. Ladies and gentlemen, the thickest bones in the history of bones, the greatest jawline in all of sport, college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup champion, COVID survivor, Aaron James Hawk. What's up, dude?
Hey, happy Victoria Day, guys, especially you, Goomp.
Well, Goomp didn't know what happened.
Thank you, AJ. I appreciate that.
Goomp,
I like your Goomp. He has such great patriotism towards his home country, so I appreciate that.
Now, Gump, did you know it was Victoria Day before Rob from Victoria called us to tell us about your hometown's holiday thing?
Yeah, it's a long weekend for all the lads back home.
Oh, okay. Celebrate during the weekend, not during the day. It's like St. Patrick's Day.
There you go.
Well, happy Victoria Day.
Gump.
Happy Victoria Day. I saw that your son played with Bobby Carpenter's son in a soccer tournament. Did you guys win that thing? And are you guys just, is that like the Smash Brothers out there on the field?
He's played on Bobby's youngest son's team all year. Yeah, they won yesterday. Their season concluded. They got a little medal, so they were juiced.
Wow. So did they win the season standings with like a win being 3, a tie being 1, a loss being 0? Is that what they won?
They're pretty young, and it's just like their little school league, so I don't know if it goes that in depth, but I don't know if they may have won every game. They may have lost one game, I think.
Okay, so they won the league standings, though.
If there are league standings, maybe they did.
So what the fuck did you just say? Did they have a tournament yesterday or no?
No, not really. No, it's just everything was like the conclusion yesterday, so it's technically a tournament, I guess, but their season ended.
Okay, so league standings after the entire season, your kids won. You know who didn't? Liverpool. Liverpool. Thank you for helping me get there, AJ. 3 times. Jesus Christ.
I should have known. I should have known that's where you're going because it's such a soccer program. I should have known you're going to Liverpool.
Well, literally, you said it happened, and then I said, okay, this is actually a great thing. Is this what it is? No, don't corner me. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know where you're going. How am I supposed to know where you're going with this soccer?
I was just asking you a question about what you had said. That's all I was trying to do, AJ.
Okay.
I apologize for being, as threatening with my questions that you had to become super defensive.
I'm saying there's no website. There's no one checking the standings for these 5- and 6-year-olds playing soccer.
But is that how they won? Is that what they won, though? Is it a fake win? Does everybody get a medal in this league?
No. They got a medal. I don't think the other team did.
Okay, so they won their league.
Won the championship.
Congrats to them.
I heard something crazy. What happened to Liverpool?
Thank you, AJ. This is a big time soccer program. Yeah, listen. So that was bananas. Watching what was going on with Aston Villa, Man City, fucking Liverpool, and that Wolf Squad or whoever the hell they were playing, with the crowd getting some fake news in the middle of it. So Liverpool was going to win their 3rd trophy of the season thus far, with a 4th available this upcoming weekend, I believe, for the, what are they playing for this weekend?
Champions League.
So this weekend is the the championship of the Champions League.
Whoa. This is the 4th tournament of the month that they're playing?
2 months, it feels like. Yeah. But this past weekend was the entire season standings, like the league standings. So it was not a tournament that could be decided. It was playing against everybody getting points. And there was little to no chance Liverpool was going to be able to win this like 2 weeks ago. The thought was then Man City started fucking up. And it came down to the final day, which I guess is probably a dream for the Premier League. Was that how it always is at the end of it? Because that was fucking electrifying, Gumpy, watching that on Saturday morning.
I think Liverpool's lost 3 games in 2 seasons and haven't been able to win the league.
So Man City's just
City
dominant?
is so good, dude. Damn. And it was like Villa was up 2-0, and I think if Liverpool would have scored when Villa was up 2-0, I think that would have put more pressure on City. But once City scored one, I mean, there's no stopping them.
75 minutes into this thing, AJ, Liverpool needed Man City to lose. They're down 2-0 to Aston Villa right there, 75 minutes into a 90-minute game or 95, 96-minute game, whatever it is. Then they come marching back in 5 minutes, scored 3 goals. The entire soul from Liverpool gone, even though they score a goal, because Liverpool needed Man City to lose. Liverpool needed a tie or win. They would end up winning the league. It was awesome. They were kind of flashing back and forth. The Liverpool fans were getting information as the game was going on, like either on a Jumbotron or whatever, and would celebrate out of nowhere. And it was like, oh, Aston Villa just scored again. It was great for soccer. Honestly, it was an incredible soccer morning there with nothing else on TV, AJ.
Well, the thing that I saw, I don't know which team this would have been, was something that you tweeted about the dude scoring the goal when he faked 37 times and then did the little reach around kick.
Balotelli.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, that was awesome. I don't know what league that was in. They were certainly not speaking our language, but that wasn't from what you're talking about? No, this is different. The soccer had a big weekend.
Yeah.
Listen to this. The soccer had a big weekend. That's Balotelli, who's, I believe, just one of the biggest showmen in the history of soccer. He'll do his thing. 7 step-overs. How you doing? Boom, and then a Rabona. Behind the leg kick to score a goal. Maybe the filthiest thing I've ever seen. Even to attempt that now, follow up, all that defender's got to do is just lay down or just poke the ball out of the way, but he's on his heels, scared to death. What an absolute beauty, huh?
Class.
What league is that? Gumpy, where is he playing?
I think he's in like Division 2 or 3 in France. I'm not sure.
That's kind of his thing, by the way. He does that
How many
all the
soccer
time.
teams how many soccer teams are there just in Europe alone? 6 billion?
Okay, AJ, is there more wheels, doors, or soccer teams in Europe? Dude, I have no idea. I started getting... What was the tournament last week that was being played since 1862, and it was the most important one, and I'd never heard of it before. I literally thought to myself, AJ's right. This is fucking uncalled for.
FA Cup.
Yeah, there it is. That one came out last
How is anyone
week.
supposed to keep up, though? If you let's say you want to get into soccer and be a big soccer fan, how in the world do you keep up with anything?
Well, you just got to be all invested in one team. There's 37 leagues, over 1,000 clubs. Shout out Zito. Just did the Googling there, I believe. So
But they all play for different teams depending on what time of the year it is, too.
No, that's a national team.
Jeez.
Okay. How many teams has Ronaldo been on the last 18 months?
Well, he was on. Was he on Barca? No, he never went down to Barca. That's because Messi was on Barca.
Right. He was on Juventus for years, and then he was on Man U. He transferred.
Yeah, and he started on Man U.
Don't Gump, that your tone is terrible. You know that. We're just asking questions.
Dude. What, players get traded in sports too, AJ?
Yeah, not in soccer. They go on loan in soccer. They don't get traded.
Wow.
That's a different story.
Wow.
AJ.
You've been following the soccer, haven't you? Did you see what Ibrahimovic did? He went to Serie A, wins the title, drinks from the cup, and says fucking bonjour, gracias, ciao, or whatever the fuck he says.
I missed that.
And Bop also got broken off this week.
He stayed home.
Mbappe was supposed to go to Barcelona, and all of a sudden said, "Nah, I'm staying at PSG with Messi around here."
He lost 700,000 followers on Instagram when he stayed with PSG.
How many?
700,000.
They were real. Just quick before we dive into NFL news, how do we get these fucking bots out of my comments on Instagram?
What are they doing?
What are they doing?
See
They
him
just
every
like
time.
quote like emojis or
Getting wet and juicy.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. What do they say?
It's big wet butts
I
come
thought
to
those
life.
were real. I click on those every time.
No, I understand you do that. I'm sure people do, but like they're always like, "Why does everybody run to my story or to the bathroom?"
Yep.
But then there's people. I've invested with Jane for the last, and then giving away 5,000. I had to delete 23 comments this weekend when I posted something. I'm like, fuck it. I'm not posting on this goddamn platform anymore. I'll just go into the fucking stories. What is going on? Why does that happen every
There's got to be some kind of program you can buy, right, to scrub all those bots.
I would think.
Hopefully.
I have no idea. I have no clue.
Zuck wants those bots to invade your page. He's not like Elon trying to get rid of all these, fake accounts. He's saying, hey, flood the comments.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He can say, look at the activity. This is how many users we have that are active, which is why Elon was like 5%, 20%. That's quite a different fucking platform I just bought.
I'd say.
I'm
Hey,
not
is that
saying
going to happen now?
It sucks bots.
So that
Sucks.
but we're
Shaking
the
their
bots
tails.
aren't all suck bots though.
No.
No, a lot of them.
Majority.
No.
Really?
On my shit, it's
Wait,
like,
what? Okay, hold on though. What are the suck bots trying to get you to do?
I guess you click on their, I don't know. Every one of the suck ones say basically, come look at my story.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones are the investor. And this person made me this amount of money, and I'm paying this amount of money to people. Like, I get more of those than the suck ones. The suck bots are probably like 3 to 4 to 5 of them or whatever.
Always.
Then there's like 10 of the investing with Jane, and she made me all this money. And then there's a Bitcoin genius in there.
Yeah.
And there's a giveaway.
So you have more of a nuanced investing following than a suck off following.
Well, I don't know if that's good or bad, but I would like to get rid of fucking all of them.
Yeah, the suck bots, they get a lot of likes on their comments too, so they're right up there.
Immediately.
Yeah.
75 likes. The post just went up. How the fuck? Get the fuck out of here.
People have, their comments turned on just to see what the suck bots are doing.
No, every once in a while, one asshole follower of mine will respond to one of the bots.
Sure.
Like, fuck off, whore.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm like,
my
whoa,
God.
I feel bad.
But are they hurting you? How are these bots in your comments? How are they hurting you?
Dude, as soon as
all
you click,
people see.
I literally just put the video up less than 4
Do people
seconds.
love to look at comments though and read all your comments?
All right, well, you.
This guy.
You don't
I'm
get
just
it.
saying, like that's overrated. Like if that's what you're doing, that's overrated. If you want to leave a comment, cool. You don't have to scroll through every single one.
Comment sections are normally how I believe Instagram decides what's worth it and what's not worth it. We're hoping for more commenters in everybody's Instagram, I believe.
Absolutely.
But I am done with the bots in mine. I might have to take a break from Instagram.
Whoa.
Wow.
Getting off IG.
Bro, I post something, and then at 25 minutes, I gotta get her off. Get this fucking investor off. I don't care. And then there's people coming in underneath other people's comments like, hey, you won my giveaway. And then I'm like, fuck, this one's scamming the people now. It's a nightmare experience on there.
Does the talk have bots?
The talk.
As in tick.
Oh, fuck.
I would imagine
I have no
TikTok
idea.
is
Well,
loaded
Well,
with suck
if you're
bots.
leaving IG, where are you going?
Just right back to Twitter.
Yeah.
Right back to Twitter, which I guess there's a bunch of suck
A lot of
bots on
suck
there.
bots on Twitter.
Yeah, but they don't
Is
really
Elon going
comment
to
on
buy
your
it?
stuff.
Is it going to go through?
I don't know. Everybody's burying Elon for backing up, not wanting to spend that money. But if I thought I was getting, 100% of a company for whatever, and it was only like 80 or 75% of the company, I would assume I would like a repricing structure. Is that what's going on? I have no idea. I've not kept.
That's what he said, right? Didn't he put it on pause when he realized how many fake accounts are on there?
Yep.
Well, I need him to get over to Instagram because I fucking can't post anymore without all these goddamn bots. Let's move on. 18 minutes though, an hour or two. We still got it.
Not bad.
Let's go.
Not bad.
How about it? Tell the suck bots to come over to mine. I'd love to see them.
No, you do not. You do not. It's terrible.
Maybe.
It is so it is the worst.
Some of the comments, some of them are witty,
Do they respond?
the suck bot?
What if you respond to the suck bots? Will they come back to you?
No,
Is Connor like
they're
all
hitting, they are boom, stick and move. Boom, stick and move. Who's running it? One fucking super bot is running all these bots?
I assume there's a data center somewhere.
Yeah, suckbot AI.
It's a terrible experience in there.
Could be the AIs.
Could be Bill.
I spend more time deleting Billy McComas' suck bots on my thing than actually posting the shit.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Bill, stop bopping your shit to my comments.
Come on, dude.
Bill.
And if that is you, Bill, stop it.
Yeah, reel it in.
Suck bots.
Do it to Connor.
Yeah, please.
All right, let's move on. Anyways, they need to fix that. I'm so mad about it right now. 24 fucking comments in a minute.
Can't have it.
And then the hidden comments, even more.
I can only
those
imagine.
ones.
But they're
Jesus.
helping your account, though, technically.
No,
because
they're not. They're making it
adding
look
comments.
worse.
Comments are good. Interaction is good for your account.
Yeah, but the first comment you see every time is the suck bots.
Yeah.
It's not as if you have to scroll for it.
Connor, it sounds like if Connor wants those suck bots, I would imagine there's millions and millions of other people that want them as well.
No, there isn't anybody that wants these suck bots other than fucking Connor.
It's
And
just
since
me.
he just said it out loud, his phone heard him.
Oh,
It's going to
boy,
happen.
yeah.
Here we
Suck
go.
Bot City.
I guess
Good
this is
day.
what the future is. Welcome to the modern world. Suck bots all over the place.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's the internet.
I was in the Oculus this weekend.
How'd it
Which
feel?
is dead, by the way. I heard the Oculus is dead. Who released
What?
their own? Is it Apple's coming out with their own? I heard Oculus is done. See ya.
What?
No.
I think Apple is
PlayStation's a big
releasing one.
Yeah, PlayStation is.
Did you hear how happy he was to say that too? Like he was fucking.
No, competition is great. It raises all of our levels.
True.
Oh yeah.
Iron sharpens iron. Just as man sharpens man, they say, in practice and everything. If thrill of the fight is going to be offered on that other one, I'll jump on that other one as well.
Absolutely.
And if it's going to be just as good as the one on Oculus or better, I'll get in there. And if I can fight, some other person on there,
Yes.
and they figure that out, that'll be great.
If they bring back Fight Night, you remember Fight Night back in the day?
I don't.
It was like the biggest boxing game when we were
LaMotta.
kids.
I don't know. Mike Tyson Punch Out whenever I.
Oh yeah, before that, but like after, like more new, like a newer version.
Fight Night.
Yeah,
Fight Night,
incredible.
It was
Really
one of
good
the
game.
best games of all time.
I don't want to do this. Moment of silence for Migos if we're talking Fight Night.
Oh, yeah.
They're dead.
Yeah.
hate to hear
New
that.
name and everything.
Well, there's
Wow.
not talking.
Unk.
They one of them that's dating Cardi B unfollowed the other two,
Yep.
Oh no. Is it her
Offset.
fault?
and then the other two put out a banger, I guess.
Oh.
And the other one's not happy about it. They had a good run, honestly.
did.
Yeah.
Honestly, changed the game. Now they're done. AJ, stop following each other on Instagram. It's fucking over. Are the bots on them both or not? I don't know.
Good question.
Well, they're all going to go solo now, right?
No. Unk and Neff.
In the
And
Prince or
Quavo's
something?
on his own.
No,
he's Unk now.
He's Unk now.
Oh, okay.
And then Takeoff, I think, is
Is with him.
the Prince or something.
And off.
3 is tough, man. Any group of 3, whether it's kids hanging out, adults, it's tough because usually 2 will split away.
Yeah, because two probably have more interest than the other one, and then boom, it's over.
Yeah,
See you
but
later.
They were amigos.
No, they were just
Migos.
There's no way.
There's no way.
Now Offset's all
But they
alone.
were friends.
They were friends, and they made great music together, and we should smile because it happened, not be upset because it's over.
Amen.
Thank you, Migos.
Thank you, Migos.
We'll miss you.
Hit it with left, hit it with right. Hard Knocks in season last year made its debut with the Indianapolis Colts, and being announced 23 minutes ago, the Arizona Cardinals will now be the next home for Hard Knocks in season. A lot of great storylines over there. Obviously, Cliff Kingsbury, cool dude. Steve Keim, GM, seems to be a cool dude. They bring in Hollywood Brown. They got D-Hop, AJ Green. What's the Kyler Murray situation going to be? TBD. JJ Watt's over there.
What?
A walking, talking motivational speech happening over there. Buda Baker's a stud. This is amazing. It'll also showcase the 5th largest city in America, one of the greatest cities on earth, Phoenix and Scottsdale area, which I am excited about. This is a home run for NFL, right? Don't you think? This is a team that's going to have shit to play for at that time, too. Hopefully they make the playoffs, as opposed to the Hard Knocks curse that has happened with every single team they've done, including the in-season one of the Colts last year that lost to Clown Town and didn't make the playoffs.
So the original Hard Knocks will be the Detroit Lions, right? Evie's Lions.
Yep.
They'll take them up through training camp to the season. And then when the season starts week 1, are we going to be following the Cardinals already?
November, remember it's like week
6 or something.
I don't remember. November. They
What if
said,
they're like, what if something happens and they, at this point in the season, they've only won 3 games or something?
Well, that's kind of what happened with the Colts.
Yeah.
Colts were like 1-5 or something to start the season. Then the Colts turned it around, and then the Colts inevitably lose in the end in heartbreaking fashion. And we talked to NFL Films' Keith Cosrow, who was the overseer of Hard Knocks in season Indianapolis Colts. I assume he's going to do the same for the Cardinals. They were going to follow the Colts however far they go.
Yep.
So I assume that's the same deal with the Cardinals here. They'll follow them however far they go. That team, for the last few years, has had so much upside, so much hype. Last year, the D-Hop injury fucking affected everything. This year, is Kyler Murray's contract going to get figured out? If it does, what do they do now with Hollywood Brown in the building as well? That team has a lot of storylines. I'm excited for this. I'm actually looking forward to this. November, so far away, but very excited about this decision.
Yeah, for sure. And you mentioned it, like Cliff Kingsbury. I'm really excited to just see him week in, week out. Nothing against Frank Wright, but he is just kind of so vanilla that it's like, I mean,
What's your fudging problem?
Yeah, bingo, exactly. And
Don't you be stinking slandering Frank Reich right now. You hear me?
I'm not slandering him as a head coach. I'm just saying I do not want to fucking watch him on a week-to-week basis in like an entertaining, behind-the-scenes fashion. I'd rather watch a guy like Cliff Kingsbury because I think he might bring a little bit more juice than Frank Reich did.
I wonder if they're going to have a full jib cam at Cliff Kingsbury's house with that shot from the draft.
Have to.
Yeah.
Of him just walking around. Maybe he draws on that glass like a beautiful mind. He's like connecting pieces over there. Is that what Cliff Kingsbury does behind the scenes? TBD, I guess, AJ Hawk.
I guess tune in November and see if that's what happens.
I can't wait to see what MCDC and the boys are like in training camp. That should be fun.
Joint practices with the Colts, too, so they'll be in town for a little bit.
Whoa. Hey, first day of pads with the Lions. Sorry to cut you off. First day of pads with the Lions on Hard Knocks. That will be an episode to see.
How about first day one-on-ones with the Colts?
Ooh, yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. It's gonna be a massacre for a little bit before they have to back them off.
Yes, there's going to be a conversation. I wonder if we'll have Frank Reich and MCDC have like a meeting on Hard Knocks, like, tell the boys enough. Okay, we're not the whistle stuff, Because, I mean, if you're trying to institute a gnaw off a kneecap style culture, and you got Aiden Hutchinson in there and a new everything, and you're on Hard Knocks, and you're practicing against another team, a lot of high hopes, kind of nasty. I mean, Quentin Nelson, Ryan Kelly and the boys, I mean, they are, hey, that's going to be.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a show.
Penei Sewell, also a dog. He was going after Aaron Donald during the game last year.
And Ngakwe's now here, a vet. Oh, here we go, huh? Let's go, Hard Knocks.
Yeah, and the Cardinals too. Like everyone remembers Nuke with the Texans when him and I think it was D'Angelo Hall, went up like against each other. Yeah,
Get your fucking hands off of me.
He's the best.
I am you.
Yeah.
He said.
He'll probably be back right for it too.
Love it.
Hopefully.
All right, let's transition out of the NFL and Hard Knocks being awesome again, and let's talk about the association.
Oh, yeah.
Big weekend for the association, obviously. We got basketball happening, the Eastern Conference Finals and the Western Conference Finals. Who will go on to be the champion? Who's injured? Who's hurt? And why does nobody want to coach the Lakers? To tell us all those answers and more, ladies and gentlemen, senior NBA insider for the Stadium and the Athletic, a man who had a New York Post article written about his hectic schedule.
Yeah.
Sham Shabania.
Hey!
Pat, I'm glad I got the memo. Black on black on black. I like it. I like it.
Well, you've been on the show 50 times. This is how we dress every time. Okay, Sham.
I just got the memo this time.
All right. I'm happy we gave you a heads up. I know you're very busy. I read it in the New York Post. They said something about your screen time being between, and that's just looking at your screen. They have those analytics and stats, 17 to 19 hours a day, and then whenever it's hectic time, up over 20. So you literally don't sleep, can't sleep, and are just staring at your phones at all times?
I mean, listen, I think, Pat, I don't know what your screen time is. I feel like most people are, anywhere 12, 13, 14, 15. I don't think mine's is that extreme. But, it was good to see, once that story came out, that everyone was so concerned about my screen time and wanted to set me on dates and all that. So I'm open to inquiries for sure.
Married to the game, focused on the scoops. I can respect it. You got to start wearing those blue glasses. Worried about your eyes.
Careful,
Shams.
I don't think you'll see me with glasses ever. I'm gonna be rocking my contact lenses.
Too handsome, he said.
Yeah.
Okay. I ain't fucking putting
Okay. They look good with glasses.
All right, let's dive into big news. I know AJ has a couple questions for you as well. The Lakers, Juwan Howard allegedly turned down any interest from Los Angeles to become their coach. Is that because he wanted to smack other coaches in college? He has more to do at Michigan, or does nobody want that job? JJ Redick said this morning on ESPN, not a good job. Allegedly, that's what he said. I don't know. That's what the internet was saying. I didn't see the entire clip. LeBron James is still on that team. Nobody wants to coach it. Is that real, or is that just a narrative that's being painted right now by everybody outside of it?
No, I mean, I think the Lakers are going through a process, and Juwan Howard, he's coaching Michigan. He hasn't been a part of this process. They have 3 finalists: Darvin Ham, Kenny Atkinson, Terry Stotts. I would expect all 3 guys to get in-person interviews in Los Angeles within the next week or so. And so at that point, they'll start to narrow a decision.
Fired 2 years from now.
But as of now,
who starts?
Darvin Ham, Bucks assistant, was part of that championship staff last year with Mike Budenholzer. Terry Stotts, 9-year coach in Portland, went to the playoffs 8 different times.
Stottsy!
As well as Kenny Atkinson, former Brooklyn Nets coach, was with the Clippers last year, and this year he's with the Golden State Warriors, who are bound to go to the NBA Finals. So those are the 3 finalists.
Stottsy!
Juwan Howard was never a finalist. He's staying at Michigan. That was never really in question. So, Pat, I can't speak to that report, but what I would say is These three guys are the finalists. These three are the guys that will go to Los Angeles for the final round of interviews. I do think there is significant interest in the Lakers job. But again, it all comes down to fit. It all comes down to how does each coach see this roster, who's going to be the right fit. And I reported this on Friday. Increasingly, I'm starting to hear that they want a guy that can go in there and command a presence in the locker room, hold players accountable, and be really a face and a guy that players will listen to, have accountability, have a strict policy. And more people I speak to, that is Darvin Ham. Those characteristics, that bodes well for Darvin Ham's candidacy. We'll see how this next week or two plays out with those three guys going to Los Angeles for in-person meetings. But Doc Rivers, from everything I've been told, I've seen things here and there about his future with Philadelphia. He will, by all accounts, be back with the 76ers and will be their head coach. So there's nothing there between him and the Lakers that I've heard.
Maybe the Lakers should get Jerry West. He used to be a real fun.
Yeah, that's right.
I saw it on Winning Time. Go ahead, AJ.
Shams, are there any other former players like in the league that are assistants right now that may become head coaches very soon? I know Jason Kidd, Steve Kerr, great players in their own right, having success as coaches. Are there guys in the pipeline?
Well, I think honestly, the first guy that comes to my mind, I was just at the NBA Draft Combine, AJ, this past week, and like the one guy that I was hearing a lot about was Chris Quinn. He's an assistant in Miami, a guy that played in the league, played on that championship Miami team with Shaq. And with D Wade. And so he has a lot of the characteristics that would let you believe that he can be a high-level coach in the NBA. But I think as far as former players, Darvin Ham, of course, top of mind. Charles Lee, he played as well on a professional level. He's a guy that will get a chance at some point here as well to be a head coach. He had rave reviews with the Lakers and Hornets. Adrian Griffin, former player, he was also a candidate for the Lakers job. I could see him getting a look eventually as well.
Okay, good luck to all of them. Hope they become head coaches. Shout out to AJ having super basketball knowledge here. Way to go, Hawk. I love that. That was an alarm for something, or is that your ringtone for a text? Because that's wild. I've never heard somebody do that.
No, that was an alarm. That was definitely an
What
alarm.
are we doing? Shave? New shave of the face?
Lunchtime.
It was an alarm to drink water, so,
Okay.
Supposed to drink water. Supposed to drink water. I'm trying to stay hydrated right now, guys. Come on.
Do you forget?
Sometimes I do forget to drink water, yes.
Too much.
Do you have one of these? Do you have this?
I just got one of these.
Go ahead. Don't let us mess you up. Shams, chug that sucker.
Well, yeah, it sounds like you need one of these. It says like 7. Let's go! Yeah! Don't let us get in the way of your water routine, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you need to get one of these that says like, good morning, this is where you should be. Hydrate yourself. Remember your goals, Shams. Is that what it says when the alarm comes off?
No, there's unfortunately, no. I'm not getting that inspirational. But you know what, Pat? I might need one of those jugs. So if you can, I'll send you my address. You just send me one of those,
You can use this one. You can just. I would never use this. So I'll send it to you. Somebody gifted it to me because, I'm super healthy, but I'm not healthy enough. I don't have alarms to tell me to fucking stay hydrated.
Next level.
Shams, are you a robot? You're a machine? You're a machine?
I mean, listen, they say I'm a cyborg. I don't believe that. I think I'm a good dude. I think I'm head down.
What time you wake up in the morning, Shams? Is it same thing every day? Are you a super routine guy?
I try to be. Sometimes I sleep in, to 7:15. Unfortunately, today was a 6:30 day, but it can vary from time to time.
Are we in the middle of...
Usually I try to stay in that 6:30, 6:45 range, though.
Alarm or no alarm?
Got to be alarm. I can't wake up without an alarm. I'll be sleeping till 11 without an alarm.
Oh, no, shots fall off. The body clock can't do it. What's the news right now? Jimmy Butler's hurt. Is he going to play? Are the Dallas Mavericks never going to be able to win actual meaningful games because Luka can put up fucking 40 and then they're still going to lose? Mark Cuban, Lil Wayne, friends again. What's the big story you think right now around the NBA?
So let's get right to the injuries, right? So this Miami-Boston series, this series has a bunch of players on the injury report. So let's start with Miami. Tyler Hero is out. Jimmy Butler missed the second half of Game 4, but I'm told he is expected to play. He was dealing with swelling, from what I was told, in the last 24 to 48 hours, and that swelling has since subsided. He was getting around-the-clock treatment going into Game 3, and honestly, from what I was told, there was concern that he might miss Game 3, but he ends up playing Game 3, then has to sit the second half. All signs point to him playing tonight. On the Boston side, Robert Williams, with that knee injury, he had that torn meniscus. He ended up getting surgery. He ended up coming back out of nowhere. Game 3 of that Celtics series, he is listed questionable tonight. Marcus Smart had an ugly ankle sprain in Game 3. He's listed questionable as well. Sources tell me both players will be game-time decisions. Of course, the hope is that they both play, but I expect both of those guys to go down to the wire right before game time as far as if they're going to play. So that's the injury report for those two guys. As far as the Golden State-Dallas series, it's not looking good for Dallas right now. I think it was a great run. It was a great effort. I think we saw Jason Kidd's comments last night was kind of conceding defeat a little bit. He said, we're only going to get better. We're only going to learn. This is just the beginning for us. We're going to be a lot better moving forward in the next few years. So 3-0, it's never been done in the history of the NBA. So Dallas is in a tough spot.
Okay, let's dive back into the Celtics Miami. Tyler Hero, how did he get hurt? Was he? I just found out he's got a butterfly tattooed on his shin.
Mm-hmm.
You know how tough you have to be to get a fucking tattoo on your shin? I'd assume he'd be able to battle through a lot of things. What happened to Tyler?
So he had a groin strain in Game 3, and he's going to miss tonight's game. But he said today his goal is to play in Game 5 back in Miami. Miami already split this home, this road matchup against Boston. So maybe they're looking at a game like tonight as really a toss-up. Really, they're playing with house money. If they win without Tyler Hero, cool. If not, they get their sixth man of the year back in the lineup for Game 5.
Your question for Shams.
Yeah, Shams, the Warriors are just going to, sit around and hang out and kind of shoot the shit for 2 weeks while they wait for the Celtics and Heat series to finish? Or, what's their process now that they're just basically sweeping the Mavericks?
Yeah, well, listen, they'll play Game 4 tomorrow. We'll see if they sweep or not. If they sweep, they don't play again until next Thursday. So, yeah, they'll be sitting for a while, and they'll be able to get rejuvenated, get healthy, all those guys with wear and tear. But one player that we got to keep an eye on, is he going to play again this postseason? Andre Iguodala. We haven't seen him really for weeks now, and he's been dealing with a neck issue. He's the guy that was a big part of their championship run, their dynasty over the last decade or so. He has not played. I'm told the hope is that he's going to be able to progress to try to make a return in the finals. We'll see if that comes.
Iguodala, okay, all-star in Philly, right?
Yes.
And kind of says, fuck it. I don't want to be an all-star anymore. I'll be 7th, 8th man on the bench for Golden State. Then he became like a pivotal piece of that whole Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson run, right?
Yeah, lockdown LeBron won Finals MVP.
Is he a Hall of Famer, Iguodala?
Listen, I honestly, I think it's 50-50. I think there's a good chance he is. He's 3 championships.
Yeah.
He's going to have a chance for sure.
And is
Finals MVP?
Yeah, is basketball like baseball where every team has to have a representative? Because I think Andre was like a shoo-in for the All-Star game whenever he was at Philly, wasn't he?
There's none of that. But, I mean, all these players that we think wouldn't make the All-Star, wouldn't make Hall of Fame, they all end up making it in basketball. So, you have Chris Webber. He just made it. We'll see Chauncey Billups. There's a bunch of guys. Next year should be Dwayne Wade and a few other big-name guys. But I do think eventually Andre Iguodala will get in.
And baby, congrats! Hope he comes back. That guy, awesome to watch because he looks like he's 75 years old, and then he goes out there and dominates. Like, I forgot this guy was a player. Go ahead, Ty.
Shams, taking all of that into account, the Heat and the Celtics are, a fun story and everything, but is anyone beating the Warriors in 7? Is there really even any reason to continue the playoffs?
Great question.
I mean, listen, I also came on this show and I said Phoenix had a good chance.
Yeah, you
Although
did.
months ago we did hype up Golden State on this show. I want to say January-ish. We did kind of say Golden State was looking like the favorite, and then Draymond Green got hurt, and then
we only know 4 teams
back.
exist, though. We only know 4 teams exist on this particular show. So
I do think though that whoever comes out of the West, which obviously it looks like the Warriors, I'm sure they're going to be favored. But I do think we can't count out Miami. We can't count out Boston.
No.
On paper, you have to think Boston, talent-wise, will give Golden State the biggest challenge because Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, they've got so much talent on Boston. And I know this is a Boston-friendly show as well as it's a Zion Williamson-friendly show. So I'm just stroking your guys' ego a little bit. But I think Boston has a lot of talent, but Miami's just gritty. Either way, I do think Golden State will be the favorite, but we've seen in this playoffs is not about who's favored.
Reformed Rust Belt. I'm happy to hear that people think this show is a pro ball. You're welcome.
Hell yeah.
Happy
Go.
we did that for you.
Come on, Celtics.
You mentioned something else there before a question from Tone Diggs, and we let you go. We know how busy you are. Zion Williamson, you mentioned him. He said he's hungry to come back and be better than he's ever been, and everybody else is going to be basically eating their words and what they've been saying. I don't know if that was a real quote or not, if the internet just kind of did its thing. What are you hearing out of the Zion camp, and when do we get to see him play basketball at a high level on national television every night again?
Man, I think that'll come next season. He's going to be back next season. He will be back next season. Let's talk it into existence, okay? But no, for real though, I do think he'll play next season. The big thing for him this offseason is going to be his extension situation. What will the extension possibly look like with New Orleans? I think that's going to be the top of mind question. We're going to be talking about going into July. Do they give him a full max? Do they try to give him a max that's similar to Joel Embiid's first max extension a few years ago? That will be the ultimate question in New Orleans this offseason. What do you do with Zion Williamson and his max? But from everything I've heard, Zion Williamson feels good. I know he felt like he was healthy enough to play at the end of the season. New Orleans, of course, they all agreed to hold him out before the playoffs began. He didn't play in the playoffs, but I think it was a good decision for both sides. Now he can use the entire summer, get his body right, be 45% to be able to play next season. But I don't know if you guys saw it. There were some videos of him at Duke. He was putting down some crazy dunks. Oh yeah. You know, we definitely got to look into that one.
Yeah, I agree. And the Wood seemed to be able to maintain, his spring there at Duke. At the Pelicans practice court, I think it was given in like a trampoline.
Yeah.
So it's great to hear about Zion coming back next year. Let's say he turns down the max. Can he turn down the max?
I mean, listen, I don't think he turns down a full max contract, but if they play around with it, if they don't give him an actual max, if there's incentives, if it's like Joel Embiid's max contract from a few years ago, which allowed some protection for the team, could he? For sure. He does have 1 year left on his deal, though, so both sides could eventually just decide to play it off into next season, let the season go, and then have him as a restricted free agent. Kind of like how Phoenix handled the DeAndre Ayton situation.
And do they have franchise tags in the NBA? Would he be able to go elsewhere? What's the restricted free agent mean? Another team can match or has to pay more? What does that mean?
So essentially, they can give him a qualifying tender that would make him a restricted free agent. That's next season. It's a pretty lucrative 1 year contract. Players don't typically take that though, especially players like Zion. These max contract kind of guys, they don't take that 1 year tender. So yeah, in some way that is a franchise tag. It's rarely ever taken from max players. It's really just a tool for teams to allow players to be restricted free agents.
Let's get Zion back out there. Go ahead, Tone.
Shams, what the hell are the Mavs doing on the bench? I saw they were fined $100,000.
Not enough!
Are they just wearing the same color as Warriors and pretending to be on a court, or what's going on here?
Shout out Theo Pinson. That guy is just a ball of energy from everything I've heard in Dallas. Like the leadership that he provides on the bench, and he's obviously the ringleader for this bench unit, for these guys to all be standing up all game, a couple feet away from the court. But I think let's give Mark Cuban credit. I don't think he cares about these fines. I mean, there's probably going to be a fine that comes across the ticker today or tomorrow that they got fined for last game. Like those guys, as long as they cheer each other on and they're good teammates, I don't think they care about the fines in Dallas. So to me, I think it's fun. I think it's fun for the game, for these guys to be a feet away from the court. And Theo Pinson's loving it, wearing the same color as the Golden State Warriors.
I like when the bench is rowdy. Yeah. Go ahead, AJ.
What's the NBA worried about? That these 9 foot tall guys are standing and blocking the first 5 rows of people paying a ton of money?
I think what the worry is that the players are so close to the court that there could be injury, right? So if a guy goes tumbling down there,
they're serving beers and tripping.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey,
we saw Steph Curry.
Yeah.
We saw Steph Curry last night. He tripped over the vendor's foot or his body, and so there's always that fear that if these guys are so close to the court, could there be a guy that gets tripped or a guy that gets hurt, running into a guy that's on the bench that close to the game. So I think that's really the chief concern is safety. But at the end of the day, I think Dallas is like, we want to share our guys on. We just care about camaraderie, and I think that's the focus.
I love it. Bring the juice. You got to do what you got to do. I've gotten the opportunity to sit in a couple very nice seats at an NBA game. Ooh. I've always been very surprised with how close I am. Like somebody's with an inbound pass, and I could just punch them right in the spleen if I wanted to. You know, like that. The NBA does provide that type of intimacy almost with the crowd. I could see how maybe they're starting to worry about it, but that's an all-year thing, isn't it? Why is it just being highlighted now, you think?
Dallas has been doing it all year. That bench has been doing it all year, and I think there was some conversations behind the scenes late in the season, and again, when the playoffs start, all eyes, everything gets heightened. So I think the fact that this is all happening in the playoffs, all eyes are on the Mavericks, all eyes are on their bench. But honestly, like you saw the ref tell Theo Pinson, like, put on a new shirt. I think he was just joking last night when the ref told Theo Pinson, you probably want to change your white shirt. I think it's honestly fun. I think it's fun for the game. But again, the league has more safety concerns for all this, especially come playoff time.
Well, thank you to the league for caring more than anybody else. Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, senior NBA insider for the Athletic and Stadium, the man that never sleeps, always on his phone, has to remind himself with an alarm to actually drink water because how much he's trying to dig up scoops. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Sharani. Thank you, pal. He's more fit than you are. He's more healthy than you are.
He's an alien. I mean,
AJ doesn't have to set an alarm.
No. He just knows.
So he's smart. He's delicate.
Just hammering pop all day.
So he sets the alarm.
Or does he not drink anything?
Or does he eat any? Does he have an alarm for eating too?
Take down some calories.
Those are his old tweets,
He loves
though.
lunch, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, did it really say, did that article say he sometimes spends 19, 20 hours a day on his phone?
Yeah, whenever it gets frantic in the NBA season, up over 20 hours. So what's that? That's 3 hours of sleep. You start doing some math. If he's operating on our calendar, which I think he is.
Maybe.
I think he operates on our calendar. There's some people out there that believe the day is different length and they're running on a different calendar.
That's right.
Do you know
Who is that?
I assume I have a guess of who it is, but
Who?
People in Arizona?
guy just had a fucking con.
Gary?
Does he really?
He has 25 hours in a day.
That's right.
That's right. 8 days in a week. 8 days in a week.
There was only one.
Let's go to the phones here on the 5 Energy phone line, hour 2 here. I'm very conflicted on that entire thing, AJ.
What thing?
If I didn't see a ticket for $1.2 million to it, I probably would have no ill feelings towards it. I would be very happy about how happy everybody seemed to be there and how awesome it was. But when you're putting down on paper, well, I guess in an NFT, in the world, that somebody could pay $1.2 million to come hear what I think, and that's huge. And by the way, I believe Gary Vee's worth it 100%.
Yeah, sure.
But his whole thing is like how you make more money, and then he's charging people. Seems like a college to me. Like, will they ever do?
Did somebody buy this ticket?
No, I think it's still up for sale.
Thank God.
Still up? Isn't VCon over?
Yeah, but you can buy it until I believe like June 6th. So maybe some sucker will grab it.
No, you probably get into every VCon of all time.
Oh yeah, you might.
Forever.
Good business. That's good business.
Yeah.
We need to go to VCon so we can stop
we
judging it. Because everybody that went had a good time.
What's a normal
Juice for
ticket?
next year.
There's $400 one was the lightest.
Yeah, for all 3 days.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
That's a fest, though. It's a full fest.
Yeah. They had a party on Thursday. It looked sick.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that.
Who performed?
Pharrell?
Gary. And Pharrell.
Can you dress up as one of the V friends?
I think they
You
encourage
can,
it.
yeah.
Like a furry thing. That'd be
Oh, so maybe at night they rent
Dress
out the
up as
clubs.
what?
Furries.
Like a furry, like you're the courageous
Why?
cat.
Is that part of their thing?
Well, I don't know, man.
Cards.
Maybe you can be the go-getting giraffe and like kind of put
Yeah.
that thing on.
You want to be the heralding hawk.
No, the humble hippo.
Yeah, there it is.
Angry
Generous
angry
gorilla.
alligator.
Yeah,
They
well,
stole.
Well, they didn't. Come on.
I mean, it was very close. The evidence is damning.
Let's go to Cole in Pittsburgh. What's going on, Cole?
Strange.
Pat, how you doing, man?
Hey, keep moving, man. How you doing, Cole?
I'm doing well. I'm a Ravens fan in Pittsburgh.
Whoa.
So,
Are you from Pittsburgh or live in Pittsburgh?
I'm from Harrisburg, I went to Pitt.
Okay.
Grew up a Ravens fan my whole life,
That
but
makes sense.
graduated from Pitt. But I have to ask, before I ask my question, Pat, are you a wrestling guy? Other than WWE, like, Whippio wrestling, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Collegiate wrestling.
Let's go.
Whippio, I don't think it's collegiate. That's high school, right? That's high school. I don't follow high school wrestling enough, but I should. You know what I mean? I should
Wait,
follow.
what was the question?
If he's a
If I'm a Whippio wrestling follower. Gable Steveson, I've obviously witnessed his rise to the top of the wrestling.
That gold medal match.
You mean he's asking if you're a fan of amateur wrestling?
Yes, and that's high school. Whippio is Western Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic League, I believe, which is that's our entire high school governing body. So he's talking about high school wrestling in Western Pennsylvania. I don't follow close enough. Cole, that's on me.
Shout out Matt Cassidy.
I thought you were dialed in.
Shout out to Matt Cassidy.
Yeah, I thought you were reading the paper yesterday.
Sean.
Claire.
Sean Clare, Mike Pellegrini. Shout out to them. They were in my class. They were great wrestlers.
Did Aaron Donald wrestle?
No.
No.
Not that I don't think so.
Probably would have been a state champion.
Probably.
He probably averaged 35 a game in basketball.
Well, he might have.
Wow.
This is perfect.
Holy shit.
It's a sports talk.
Who put this together?
This is for the amateur wrestlers who sacrifice more than any other high school sport on earth. I understand the cross country runs a long way. Cool, you're not doing it in garbage bags.
Yeah.
That's what the wrestlers are doing.
Or against
You're not
anyone
cutting
else.
weight twice a week either.
Nope.
Yeah.
Scale. Need to lose 2 more pounds. All right. I mean, it's unbelievable, the commitment. I have nothing but respect for amateur wrestlers. I can never do it. My knees aren't good enough, and my stamina isn't. But those Whippio high school wrestlers in the state of Pennsylvania, fucking so good, AJ.
Okay.
That's off.
Yeah. Hardest. I think it's the hardest high school practice you could ever have.
Ever.
is wrestling.
Ever. Kids just getting bullied in there. And you might get ringworm. Fuck off. Hour 3's on the other side.
Wow.
Perfect. Nailed it. I was right on hard out.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty good. I'm proud of us. I did not expect the treat that is rock music every
No,
day.
that was
That's a
awesome.
great song.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of that. You know what I mean?
Griff throw that together?
No, that one.
Sounds like fucking Rob Zombie.
What is there, like 1,000% chance Axel's an all-American wrestler?
Yeah, do your kids get into wrestling or no?
I'd like to. We did a little bit of like jiu-jitsu stuff with them. We took them to a place for a few weeks and they liked it, but it's just impossible to add another thing to the list. But yeah, my youngest, Axel's actually asked. He wants to do some kind of wrestling.
It's
hell yeah.
I would be completely cool with my kid wanting to wrestle. Honestly,
I think it's great for them to do. I mean, you absolutely are tested one-on-one too. If you're actually in a wrestling match when all eyes on you, I think that's great for a kid not to get out there and lose and see what that's like.
gladiator. You're going out there and experiencing it, and also it's either me or you right now. The amount of discipline it takes, the grit.
Yeah.
You have to be strong, technique, being able to, be composed in a moment that has high stress levels. I think it'd be great for a kid to do. Now, with that being said, I mean, I'm not running with him.
No.
That running is just
You drive your car next to him, right, and watch him run on the side of the road.
Yeah, like a golf cart thing.
Yeah. With that quarterback.
Yeah, you're getting tired, huh? That's why Dad didn't wrestle, but you are. Keep it going. Fucking keep it moving. Another 10 miles before you do homework tonight because you got to wrestle another 10-year-old tomorrow.
Nightmare.
Jesus. They were trying to cancel that sport as a whole, weren't they?
Oh, I don't know. Were they?
Really?
Yeah, they got out of they tried to kick it out of the Olympics.
Oh, yeah.
Then they tried to cancel it as a whole. And there was a lot of people that can't do it. And I have zero connection to amateur wrestling. I'm like, hey, I think this is something we should, if we're going to get rid of a sport, I don't know if this is the one we should be getting rid of.
Well, they're more, aren't they mostly worried about weight cutting? I know kids have died weight cutting in high school.
Yeah, that is something that is.
Especially to do that at such a young age, man. That's just tough.
If I know anything about my child, named TBD, gonna be a heavyweight early.
Hell yeah.
Got heavy organs coming. Gonna be comfortable, and I don't know if the weight cut thing is something that I'm gonna be able to force him to do. No. Fuck it, let's just go up a weight. You're gonna get your fucking dick kicked in. This is what you gotta. This is what you
make it tougher.
Help with football.
Tougher, man. Yeah, to help with football. I've heard, if I've listened to, like the best athletes almost, it's like soccer, great for the feet. Great for the feet and for the cardio. Wrestling, great for like the composure in an insane situation.
Leverage, how to use your leverage. I love when centers and guards were wrestlers. Like they use their body, their hands. They just, I think it's a huge benefit for O-linemen especially.
I think so. Going to be
D-linemen
linemen
too, obviously.
Going to be tough days though.
Yeah, Linderbaum, when they showed that highlight of him wrestling Tristan Wirfs in high school or whatever.
Leverage
That was awesome.
wins.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Also a little tough, maybe get a cauliflower.
Oh, yeah.
Grady.
Don't have to worry about getting tried all day, every day.
A lot of Matt Burns.
Oh, you talk about like WrestleMania?
Mm-hmm.
Bingo. Could go to the UFC.
Scar?
Yeah, I think it's going to be there forever.
Did you run and slide, or what was that from?
So it's from the elbow, boom, spin. Yeah. Just like that.
Hell yeah.
That's how I landed. It wasn't very smooth, I guess. I didn't even think about that potentially happening, and then that's going to be the only thing that lasts from the entire thing.
That's sweet.
Yeah, battle scar.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember how big this fucking thing was?
Oh, yeah.
That bruise on my arm was huge.
From the ropes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should have known that was coming, by the way.
Are you going to get a WrestleMania tattoo?
Something about.
Like a legit ink tattoo? I know a lot of performers that do the Super Bowl get some kind of tattoo of that Super Bowl.
I have no tattoos because I've sat down on the chair a few times, and once they tell me how long and how painful it's going to be, I go, "All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow," and then I never go back the next day.
What were you going to get?
I forget. At one point,
Barbed wire?
Hell yeah.
Something about.
I don't think.
I mean, that was big when I was in high school. Like our dream, hey, I get 18, man, I'm getting a sweet barbed wire or a rope.
Yeah, that's Ohio. Super Ohio.
It ties underneath. No, what do? You probably wouldn't connect it because you say, "Oh, the design doesn't connect," because you're too weak to get it.
See, that's not at
It's
all.
so your
That's
soul.
what people do.
So your soul can escape, dude.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Why? I don't want my soul to escape. Fucking want my soul to stay right inside of me.
Well, no. Like when you die, it's trapped in your body. And you
If
don't
the
get to
barbed
go-
wire's
yeah.
all the way around.
That checks out.
Jeez.
Albie's got barbed wire.
There was an entire generation
Yeah.
that had the barbed wire. Very Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Lot of barbed wire in Pittsburgh. Those tattoos.
yeah.
Lot of barbed wire tats in Pittsburgh.
I love that AJ was at least a generation behind that generation, but they all grew up wanting it.
Yes, dreaming of that barbed wire. Do you have any tats?
I just on my finger, my ring, because my finger went sideways and my ring doesn't fit. But yeah, those were the guys. Like all those
It's out of
old
necessity.
dudes. When I was like in 5th grade on, every kid that was in high school that had a sweet rope tattoo or whatever was like, man, one of these days. And then you get like a henna one on yourself when you're like a freshman in high school. Man, this would be sweet if I actually got this.
Dude, the tattoo game is an interesting one. My wife has an incredible sleeve. It's like very, very beautiful. It's a piece of art. And then I have some friends that have kitchen tats, basically, just kind of pieced on their arm from drunken nights either in high school or college. And it's like, who did that? Like your fucking brother? Yeah, actually. All right, that's what it looks. I'm happy I was I the first person that said this looks terrible? He goes, no, but if you start looking at it, it actually does tell a story. Of course it does. Those things are forever. Very painful to get rid of.
Yeah, I would say, dude, I know Diggs has like almost a full sleeve. Do all of those have meaning?
Diggs was going to get a full sleeve whenever he saw the World Cup. Now we're almost at the next World Cup, and we don't have a full sleeve yet, right?
Still working on it. I will probably get it finished this World Cup.
Yeah, while watching this World Cup.
Yeah, and Prolific will probably have a full sleeve too by then.
And Luka's going to have a full sleeve by next season, probably.
LaMelo Ball also working on the double sleeve. He just added on to like the forearms on both sides. Pretty sweet.
Me wearing tanks all day, like a little 3/4 would be sick.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's like 5, 6, 7 hours of pain.
And
There's
AJ loves the
chance.
3/4.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a baseball sleeve.
We have the people do it on the plane, and then that's how you can spend your plane ride.
Yeah, thin blood though, right? While you're flying.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah, you get a novice up there. Not good.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you need someone dialed in.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't be on a plane.
Yeah, but you know,
It's like when Steve-O was in the back of a Jeep or whatever.
Might as well just tattoo "fuck" on your forehead.
or Kendall Roy's initials.
Oh yeah.
All right. Succession's good. It's getting good. I'm almost done with it. Almost done with season 3.
Done. Okay.
How about season 2?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Unreal.
Are they abroad yet?
Is that the car wreck thing?
Yeah. All right.
No.
Is that
Spoil
season?
it, dude.
No.
That's 2, yeah. We're back in 2 minutes for hour 3, where we'll have no guests, more phone calls, and hopefully some more breaking news from NFL Films. I like whenever NFL Films just breaks news on a random Monday at 1 o'clock.
Hell yeah.
Hate it.
Arizona Cardinals in-season Hard Knocks Training camp, Hard Knocks, Detroit Lions. Let's
go.
Practicing alongside the Indianapolis Colts for at least 1 week of that.
Here we go.
How many days until football, Connor?
107 days.
Let's go. We're back in 2.5 minutes with more football chatter and sports talk. Justin Thomas is a dog. We'll talk to AJ Hawk about that and more. See you then.
It's just like I'm frustrated with flying cars because I'm obsessed with that. Like I want a flying car.
Hey, me too.
What I got is my phone instead. It's like, well, the future is on your phone really right now. It's not like literally in front of you. You can't get into a flying car, but your phone has it all. It's like, I don't want this phone. I'm not going to have this phone 14 hours a day like you young people do. No, thank you. Like, I'm not from that generation. But, give me a flying car. And honestly, when we shut down the Mars missions, we were supposed to be going in 2024, and we shut it down. But a lot of people don't realize is, from here to the moon is 208,000 miles roughly. 200. So you can think about that. Well, in this country, a long road trip could be 4,000 miles, and how far it is to Australia, so 200,000 miles, that you think about that, and, that's far, but like Mars, think about this, is 250 million miles. 250 million miles. So, that's a little different thing because, when you go, it takes about anywhere from 9 to 11 months to get there, depending on the alignment.
Are you going to fucking Mars?
And so,
Jim, are you going to Mars? It sounds like you're.
I wish I was. Maybe you'll have. I think you have a chance to do a show from there when you're 80, Pat.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back to that show, Hour 3 on this, big insider information Monday, May 23rd, 2022. Great sports talk shall continue now.
Yeah!
To my left, your right, a Ryder Cup champion, a college football national champion, and a Super Bowl champion, AJ Hawk. AJ, obviously a basketball coach and also a soccer dad in his off time. But I want to know if you've kept up with the Saban-Jimbo Fisher situation at all. Have they responded to each other? Have you learned anything from Bobby Carpenter? Are they going to actually fist fight before their game on October 8th? Or have they put their swords aside, AJ Hawk? What are you hearing in the college football world?
I have not heard a whole lot as far as updates on that, but I would imagine Jimbo is still holding on to a lot of his anger and his passion, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Thank you, Mitt. I don't know if I had to piss. This is not piss.
Don't get them mixed up, the ones you pee in and the ones you drink out of.
Well, I pee in the bathrooms, in toilets and urinals.
Right.
Because I'm an adult.
Right.
Hell yeah.
This I did forget to get, though, while I was sprinting back from the pisser to the show. So Mitt brought it in. Shout out to you, Mitt. I appreciate it.
Yeah, baby, Mitt. Great shirt on him today.
Interesting stuff about Starbucks.
Yeah.
I'll say.
What happened?
You don't say.
I don't know.
Did you glue your hand to the counter?
Well, no, Starbucks, is the greatest people of all time, right? They're like supposed to be like the super
Are they really?
safe,
yeah.
spacey. Hey, we're really nice. We're good people here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning they're shutting down like 134 Starbucks in Russia.
They were in Russia, huh?
So they were in Russia. Yeah, that's what I learned, is that they were in Russia to begin with. Russia kind of goes against
a lot.
But I guess get coffee for it. Huh.
Yeah. I mean, they're definitely not in China.
Actually, 4,300 stores in China.
4,300, you say?
In China, yeah.
There's a lot of people over there.
Yeah.
Well, for now.
Yeah, but we're talking about their
Cena
beliefs.
needs his coffee.
All right.
I mean, there's a genocide in China. They can't be in China.
Well, I don't know who's.
What about North Korea? Are there any in North Korea? That's the real test.
I don't think they have any in North Korea, but if Jim Kong heard about how good this green tea is, he might make a call or two. You know, We've heard that he likes Crown Royal whiskey,
Why?
a little bit of vodka.
Why?
I think he likes big sausage pizza.
Why? For sure.
Kitchen inside.
Why?
All right, let's
Shout out.
let's talk about sports. Justin, that was because Starbucks, right? They don't act. They act like
they pound a few drums.
Oh yeah.
And then they're
4,300 in China.
Jesus Christ.
134 in Russia.
That's a lot of Starbucks locations.
Well, there's a lot of things that happen in those particular places that wouldn't necessarily be like.
Interesting.
They're commies.
I just learned that today. And that was pretty. Really? How's that work with the whole?
Yeah.
And who is still operating in Russia?
Well, McDonald's shut it down. McDonald's said we ain't giving out any more Big Macs over here. See you later. But McDonald's doesn't act as if they are the greatest humans of all time.
Right.
Subway call it over there? Or are they still producing footlongs for
Subway
Russia?
definitely ain't acting like they're the best people of all time.
No.
Because of what happened with the pedophilia ring.
Yeah.
Right.
Freak.
He's getting out soon.
What? You just visit
You guys
him?
told
How
me
do you
that.
know?
You guys told me he gets out like in the next couple years.
Such a straight face, this fucking guy.
Watch out.
You delivered that as if that needed to be a part of this conversation, which, by the way, heads up to everybody.
Yeah.
And if he's coming back to
All
this
I'm
city,
doing.
we
Heads
need to
up.
keep our eyes on a swivel or our head on a swivel there.
I would assume he's going to have to register wherever he moves, but yes, heads up.
Follow up on that.
You brought him up, not me.
I understand that Subway Jared did terrible things and was a despicable human, and he's coming back in there. But at that time, they were calling their sandwich makers sandwich artists.
Yep.
And they've kind of gone away with that. And I think the accountability amongst who's making the sandwiches has gone down as well.
Oh, it has.
I've had maybe the longest run of shit sandwiches from Subway that I've ever experienced before. And I'm a big sandwich guy.
It's worse than it's ever been.
It's fucking despicable. They used to be artists. They used to do, with their fucking shit. Now it's literally just poop on a bun, maybe that has yoga mats in it.
Yeah.
What is going on with them, dude?
Well, the artists used to get the polos too, so you knew. Now everybody gets a fucking polo.
Oh, this is the society, isn't it?
Yeah, here we go.
Everybody gets a fucking medal, even if you make a shitty wrap or a shitty sandwich.
This is Quizno's fault.
Because at Quizno Subs, any coupon works?
Well, no, now that Quizno's is gone, Subway
There's
doesn't
no
have to worry about
competition.
competition.
Man, I'd kill for a Quizno sub.
They were so good.
Oh
Toasted.
my God.
So good.
Toasted Italian.
Yeah.
Oh,
We actually found one, though.
that
It's
little
like-
that little rat fuck screaming, eh?
Yeah. Equino subs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Glazer.
Jesus.
What was that?
Glazer was actually shooting up
Yeah, he was laying
road
scunning.
with a fucking
ripping it.
Jay Glazer's a pretty good eye.
Oh, yeah.
They call Jay Glazer old Chutin.
Oh, yeah.
100 yards out, hit a Chutin if you had to. That's what they call him. That guy.
What are we talking about?
Jay Glazer's Instagram. Maybe you should fucking check it out every once in a while. Find some
I
motivation.
can't keep track of everybody's. What he's firing weapons?
Yes, you can. You work on the internet. This is your daily job. We have to do this. You have to do this.
It comes in bunches. You know me. It comes in bunches. Sometimes there's periods of long time, like, hey, nothing, and then boom, it comes in bunches. So maybe I'll get to it.
Okay, so hopefully you'll get to it and maybe catch up on everything. Let's catch up on your best friend, Aaron Rodgers. He looked like vibes were very high yesterday whenever he did a little check-in to the TNT show alongside Chuck, Shaq, EJ, and Kenny. He had a great tan. Vibes seemed to be very high. Hair still growing. Chuck took a shot at him. Tom Brady was there. They're promoting the match. Have you chatted with Aaron recently? How's he doing? Looks like he's doing great.
Yeah, last time I talked to him, he made a big deal and wanted me to congratulate him because I guess he just got vaccinated. So other than that, I don't really know what's going on.
No way. That's awesome.
He said, "I've come around, guys. Announce it to the world."
Hell yeah.
Holy shit.
Congrats.
I thought it was a little bit late, but I guess
If you would have done this, about a year ago. A lot of difference, the year would have been. A little bit smoother trail. Oh, man, that's breaking news. On this happy Victoria Day, okay, a day to champion Canada, we are now championing medicine. This is not a laughing matter. You hear me? The fact that you even tried to make that a joke.
Yeah, you got some nerve.
Is so fucked up. I can't even believe this. What's real? What isn't? Now we got misinformation about
It might have been the flu
misinformation.
vaccine. I don't know. He didn't say exactly what it was.
Maybe monkeypox.
Watch out.
Hey, that's starting to happen, huh? What is this?
What for real? What is it? There's one case. What is it?
I don't know. I got chicken pox as a kid. Monkey
too.
seems to be a bit bigger
I
than a
read a
chicken,
bunch.
little yard bird, little fucking scared bird. That's what I got. The pox is never coming back. Now there's monkey pox. How did this happen? How did chicken pox happen? Did somebody fuck a chicken? How did their thing start crawling all over everybody and then you started having chicken pox parties so everybody could get it at the same time, lay down for a week, you have an entire rash that is incredibly itchy, and then you never get it again for the rest of your life? Is that what we're going to do with monkeypox? Is monkeypox a big rash? And why is this becoming something? Should we not have beat this already?
I read a bunch about it yesterday. We did basically beat it already because it is a cousin of smallpox, which we kind of beat. They stopped giving the smallpox vaccine in 1972, I believe, because it was basically eradicated or whatever. So if you do get it now and you get the smallpox vaccine, you basically can beat it again. It's a mild thing, but yeah, I mean, you get the same symptoms basically as chickenpox and stuff like that, but nothing to worry about.
All right, let's
go,
baby.
Doctor.
Oh,
shit.
Thanks, Tone.
I did feel like a little Tone's Tasty tournament talk.
Yeah.
Humans versus monkeypox. Feels like we're undefeated in the tournament thus far.
I read about it yesterday because I knew at some point I was going to either have to yell about fucking putting a mask on for monkeypox or not. So I wanted to be up to date on it. And I can confirm here and now, May 23rd, 2/11 on the Pat McAfee Show. What I say does not reflect my boss, but you don't
Or
gotta
your
wear
peers.
or my peers, but you don't gotta wear a fucking mask for monkeypox either. So
let's go.
This come from
Not
soup?
yet.
Why is this got to happen?
That was a motivational speech. I'm juiced right now.
There's people
Tone,
that just
but
got
can
juiced the
Diggs,
other
though-
way.
Yeah.
They're not happy.
No.
Does Diggs have any, is this something that eventually we could have to wear a mask for monkeypox?
Now, he said smallpox vaccine beats monkeypox.
That's what.
After you already get monkeypox?
Just real quick, this is what Tone said. We do not know if this is real or not.
Right.
And he is a cowboy currently because the show he was watching had cowboys in it.
Hell yeah.
So we don't know what's real, what isn't. But Cowboy Tone here, okay, sounds like you've done your research a little bit.
Well, there was a headline yesterday that the president of the United States said that it was something that we needed to be worried about it. So, I went and read about it to make sure I like to form my own opinions on things like this. And what I read is that, you don't need to be worried about it.
Good old Dr. Julia.
Go, Tony.
Bro, you're a problem. No, actually, finding out your own stuff, not the problem.
No.
The way you deliver absolute bullshit and absolute real stuff that we can't decipher through, kind of problematic.
Yeah.
And that's this show.
That's right.
So take that with a grain of salt because we do not know if Dr. DeJulia read the right clip or report or article or blog or tweet or meme or GIF.
Mm-hmm.
Happy to hear the monkeypox ain't shit, though.
I encourage everyone to do their own research and then form an opinion, not just take mine.
Well, I think everybody knows that.
But is yours right, Diggs?
Could be.
Sounds like it is.
There we go. Now we don't know if everything's right.
I'm 99% sure I'm right.
That's a lot.
All right.
It's like hand sanitizer.
Fucking chomping or chicken. Nope, sorry, monkeypox.
Yeah.
Tone Diggs. Let's talk about Justin Thomas a little bit, who hopefully will not have monkeypox in the future or monkeypox in the past. Unless, if you had monkeypox in the past, do you have the natural immunity to beat monkeypox now? And how is monkeypox a brand new thing? And why do they call it monkeypox? Do we know that?
I don't think it's brand new.
What?
How is it different than chickenpox?
Good question.
Is it reframed, rebranded? Is this like
I
white
did see
labeled
this-
chickenpox?
I'm not
First
going to
cases
answer
were
questions.
like in the 70s
Yeah.
for monkeypox.
Oh.
I did see this the other day.
I'm not going to answer questions I'm not 99% sure on.
It's not stopping sports, you're thinking.
No.
Okay. Large bumps, right?
I
Like,
did
it almost
actually
looks like you have
just see-
boils all over your body. Like,
Well, isn't that what chickenpox was?
well, those are just like little, red. Like I think the
It's
monkeypox are a little more pronounced. Like it looks like you're almost like growing a head out of your head.
Like in the proper proportion of how big a monkey is in comparison to a yard bird? Is that the difference?
What monkey, though? What monkey are we talking about? What kind?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it the Ace Ventura Pet Detective monkey, or is it, Rocky, the orangutan that's down here at the Indianapolis Zoo, who was in a music video or two and is 6 foot, 7 foot tall?
That's a good point. He wishes he had monkeypox. I'll tell you that much.
What? Zito said he has a description here. Monkeypox was first discovered in 1958 when 2 outbreaks of a pox-like disease occurred in colonies of monkeys kept for research. Hence the name monkeypox. The first human case of monkeypox was recorded in 1970 in the Democratic Republic of Congo during a period of intensified effort to eliminate smallpox. Okay, so the monkeys found this.
Yeah.
See, seems like they gave the smallpox to the monkeys.
Correct.
And then it got a little too crazy.
Well, yeah, because if it's in research, something, the only thing it could get in would be something that they would put in.
Yeah. It looks like this latest outbreak is being attributed to two big raves in Europe, in Spain and Belgium.
Sex.
So you're just raw dogging everybody around there, bouncing, and monkeypox just starts spreading like wildfire?
Sounds like it.
What happened to the guy in the Congo? They just shoot him in the head, or like what happened to him?
And how did
we get an update on him?
Get it though? How did they get it?
Soup.
That's what I mean. Gobs. Not on Victoria Day.
Was it not soup?
I'm not sure. I don't know if we know anything about
Soup,
anything
is
anymore. Justin Thomas's dog, dude.
Dog.
Let's just hope monkeypox doesn't shut down the world. And if you have any further information on monkeypox, feel free to tweet me.
Please. And me. Please tag me, too.
Please.
Now, Diggs already knows all that he needs to know.
You can never have too much information.
You're a doctor.
I'm seeing a lot of masks still. It's scaring me.
It's wild.
What do they know that I don't know?
I sat next to one on the plane, and I thought, and they were doing the if for some reason the oxygen mask could have come out, put that on and make sure you take off your face covering. So I thought, like, would this person assess the situation and be like, is the loss of oxygen in the cabin more life-threatening than me taking off this mask right now and potentially getting COVID? So I was excited to
Did you ask?
No, I wanted to see if the plane was actually going down. Like, you
No,
gonna take this mask off?
That ain't. I mean, anytime those are potentially dropping from the roof of an airplane, there is full panic. I would assume as that thing drops down, that COVID mask is gone.
Yeah, Tony's just waiting.
And by the way, if the bag doesn't fill, there is oxygen flowing.
Yeah, do not worry.
That made no sense to me ever.
No.
I didn't know if I was gonna, because it says secure your own first, and then I'd have to look over and be like,
what do you want me to do?
Secure your mask.
Well, they would put the mask over the oxygen mask.
I thought that was probably going to be their move. Yeah.
I have an update on the monkeypox.
Here we go.
Right.
90 cases across a dozen countries so far, no deaths.
All right, let's go.
90 for 90.
It's very mild.
All right.
You know what percentage of that is? 0.0, my friends.
Well,
let's hope it stays mild.
Well, it has to stay 0.0 because if that starts drifting into 0.00001,
yeah.
Oh no,
not good.
Yeah, if that super old nun gets it though, and she lives, then we're fine.
114 years old.
Yeah, something absurd.
Who?
That nun in France.
Sister Jean?
No,
that's
she's good too.
That's Chicago.
Loyola's team. She's a good cheerleader for that squad, and she represents everything that's good about that university. She's upbeat, she's sporty, she's positive, and she's fair. What we're talking about is the nun over in France who's like 114 years old who got COVID. And then the reason why we found out about that is because she beat COVID at a time where we assumed everybody post the age of 40 dead from COVID. So, but she had God on her side when a lot of others don't. So, kind of mixed reviews.
Congrats to her.
Yeah, champion of COVID.
This is a year and a half ago.
Well, seems relevant now.
She gets monkeypox.
I'm sure she's doing fine.
She beat COVID at the age of 100 plus.
Yeah, I think she's like 119 now, isn't she?
Yeah, well,
117, whatever.
What's her day-to-day look like?
Not much. I mean, she's old. Come on. She's not going for a run in the morning.
We don't know that.
Yeah, we do.
Your problem.
119.
You're an asshole, dude.
What if videos pop up of her training for a triathlon?
Yeah, hour and a half on the Peloton every morning, 5 a.m.
I would assume if you're living that long, you have pretty good routine of staying exercise and staying fit. You're a terrible guy.
I just don't think she's doing much, okay?
All right.
Wait,
talking to God.
Masks are dead on planes now?
Yeah.
Yeah, no longer.
Highly.
I didn't know that happened.
Highly, the percentage of non was a lot higher than the percentage of having them on.
Well, you were headed to Ocean City, Maryland.
Yeah.
It could have had something to do with it.
I can't believe you went there as a full adult.
Secret sounds
What? I haven't
awesome.
been there. What's it like?
First question I asked to the group I was with when I got there: do adults come here?
Wait, was this a bachelor party?
Yeah, that's where like our area would take a senior trip, high school.
It's like Myrtle Beach, kind of?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
But
It's not as far south.
A little bit more juvenile. I think Ocean City, Maryland is 16 to 20-year-olds probably.
They weren't there yet. I think that's later in the summer. There was actually a huge car convention, car cruise going on down there. A lot of sweet muscle cars and stuff like that. A lot of people with lawn chairs posted on the side of a highway just watching cars drive by.
I love that. Sounds like you went to the best place in America.
Probably
Yeah.
did.
Justin Thomas won the PGA Championship yesterday.
I was wondering.
What's that? He was 7 down going into Sunday and made a miraculous comeback as he was playing golf at a level that nobody else could touch. 6 under in his last 13 holes, counting the overtime holes. What an absolute champion of golf. So happy for him. $2.7 million in earnings. Cut that in half with taxes. Plus he has to pay his caddy and other people. About $1 million going into the Justin Thomas bank account, I would guess, after this weekend. Congrats to him, and what a fucking run, AJ. What a run. Everything he was hitting was gorgeous and beautiful. At 67-67 gets him back into the game. And Mito, obviously at the top of this whole thing, collapses mightily. And everybody will talk about it, but it feels like he's going to be able to bounce back, hopefully.
Absolutely. And with Justin Thomas, is this his third major? What is it?
Second major, 15th win overall. He joins 5 other people, I believe, before the age of 30 to win 2 Masters and 2 majors and 15 events. Tiger's in there. Nicholas is in there. I forget who else. I did not know he wasn't 30 years old, by the way.
Yeah, how old is he now?
I would assume he's 29. I'm not.
I thought he was even younger than that, maybe.
He's
Probably not.
29.
I guess he has been out there for a while.
He just turned 29.
Okay.
Damn. Congrats to him getting an elite.
I saw something, didn't you? I read something where they said, like, judging off of other people's play and all these things in history, like, Justin Thomas is poised to have a run here for the next however many years where this dude is going to absolutely dominate.
And he's still trying to get better, which I like. You know, he redid his prep for this major because he felt as if his game wasn't where it needed to be for the major. So he actually played the tournament the weekend before. He's going to add that into his repertoire.
Almost won, right?
I don't remember.
He was at least top 10, I think, in the one before.
Played well, but I just like the fact that his best golf came on Saturday and Sunday when I think in the past his best golf was like Thursday, Friday, as opposed to the end. So now it's like completely flipped. I would assume he would want to do it in much easier fashion. I think it's ties for the biggest comeback win, a one-day comeback, a Sunday comeback in the history of the PGA with a guy like Manahan or something.
Hunter Mahan.
Did Hunter?
John Mahaffey.
Mahaffey.
John McAfee?
When was it?
1978.
1978. No, not John McAfee. Rest in peace. He is dead after leading a lot of different revolts in different countries and such. And we have shared the last name, so I've answered a lot of questions about him and kept an eye on his entire,
Wasn't he big on the whole, allegedly big on the glass table poop situation underneath it?
Yeah, he liked hammocks.
Oh, mushed it through there while he's laying underneath?
Yeah, not glass table. Glass table would keep it on top there. You just see the poop. He liked to feel it, I believe.
Boy, that's a lot.
Kind of like the
That would not be fun for me.
Well, me neither, but there's people doing some very
Yeah, I don't judge. I'm not judging. Whatever you got to do, but man, that one would be weird.
Well, he was also leading a gang, in a third world country and taking it over and starting revolutions, and then let alone all the other stuff that he got into that is still, chatted about in the conspiracy circles forever, probably. No relation to me, which I do believe in some of the conspiracy internet does get.
You got a little resemblance.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm a white, and my last name is McAfee, so I guess.
At some point there could have been.
Probably both from County Cork over there in Ireland.
Possible.
But I'm happy he no longer is the representative for the McAfee name, although a lot of people only know him in the name as the virus. And I get that joke from people every time they're introduced to me.
That's so funny, dude.
Yeah. The virus guy? No, you think I'd be doing your shitty show if I fucking had the fucking every antivirus software that was on every computer since the beginning of time? No. Shut the fuck up. It's a little rude of me. I don't say that. I actually laugh like it's the first time I've heard it, just like every canal joke that is in a that whole thing. It's a good laugh, good pop. Because for them, it's the first time delivering it to me. So I like to give them the all right. But McAfee's been a long one. Nonetheless, I don't know how we got here, but Justin Thomas is a fucking guy. And I think he's going to continue to be a guy for a long time. And I appreciate that. I thought we were going to get him on the show today. Honestly.
Would have been sweet.
I thought he was supposed to be on the show today or tomorrow. Zito was in direct contact with the PGA in their communication department, and they're like, hey, we guys think about wanting to have the winner on the show either Monday or Tuesday. We said absolutely. Then when it became Justin Thomas, we're like, I think he doesn't hate the show. Like, this should be able to something happen. Get an email this morning. Sorry about it. Fucking nobody. Have a good one. All right. Well, shout out. Would like to talk to Justin. Enjoy your $1 million though, JT. I can't wait to see what you do next, pal.
I think it is gigantic, like mentally too, for him winning another major. So yeah, like people, if that win one major, yeah, it's amazing. But they probably at some point after if you haven't won another one, like everyone can get lucky a little bit, which obviously you're not getting lucky to play 4 great rounds of golf and win a major tournament against the best on the planet. But I think this just gives you confidence and springboards you to the future. But also everybody around him gets better and better every single day too. Like there's so much competition out there,
bro. Him fucking driving the green with that much pressure, that moment, same exact place where the other guy, I mean, he fucking goes for it and then loves it.
Yeah.
Loves it.
Yeah.
All the way up there. I mean, just the amount of pressure, every single putt.
Yeah.
It's just so different. Like I think anyone that's played any kind of golf knows, like putting on a putting green or the driving range or whatever, when it actually means something, even if it's like $10 you don't want to lose, it's a different world out there.
Because in between the ears, the amount of thoughts that can get in there. And I just, the whole $20 million thing with you and me being top 50, I was thinking about it the entire Sunday with that Mito guy, because there was some shots. He was in the rough all day. He was fucking clean, like making plays, catching up, scrambling, keeping the lead, doing his thing. He had a couple flops that were just beautiful that, I mean, you miss by that much, it's fucking a terrible shot. So I was impressed by how his ability to be able to handle all that, stand over the ball and be like, all right, I'm going to get like cheeky with this a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and go for it. All to have it end on one hole. Oh. I mean, that'll callous him. That'll make him tougher. Mm-hmm. They'll talk about this forever about him until he wins a major. He knows that. But I think there's so many shots in a round where you got to just think about shitting yourself. And the fact that they're able to control that, contain that, and JT was able to keep going. And the drunks at Tulsa, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
I mean, Justin Thomas is trying to come back and win a fucking PGA championship, and he's standing on a tee box, and he's trying to figure out whether or not to go 3-wood or hybrid or driver. Pull out the driver, JT! Literally 2 feet away from him. Get the driver out, JT! And JT's like talking there, and we chatted about the interaction with fans by JT. He said he likes to stay locked in. I thought there was going to come a time maybe where JT goes, will you shut the fuck up, please? Like screaming at this guy.
Did Bones do it? Did his caddy? Bones, he has Phil's old guy. Did he ever say anything?
I don't think so. But I saw a lot of people commenting about the Tulsa, Oklahoma crowd. And I want to let you know, I thought having a very active crowd at golf tournaments is awesome and what I wanted. And if it was 1,000 people yelling, I think I would have enjoyed it. But when it was clearly one old drunk yelling, just unchecked too. Think about how confident that guy had to be yelling at JT 2 feet away from him. Nobody's going to say shit to me. I've been doing this all day. Get the driver out, JT. Dead quiet. This guy's got another major on the line, having the round of anything. I'm like, holy fuck. Nobody's even going to like look at him and be like, hey, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And then at each hole, it felt like there was like 1 or 2 people that were just yelling. And I think that's different than an entire crowd, and I think if they could find a happy medium, I think everybody would be happy.
The thing in Arizona works. The thing that they do on the 16th hole, they build the stadium around the course because the whole place is yelling stuff. So it's all like fun camaraderie. When it's 1 or 2 people, it's weird and like it's really tough to actually be funny too. People try to come up with cool catchphrases that are funny to get on TV, and it just doesn't go well. It's a lot of these people are probably the same ones that maybe yell out at comedy shows and think they're part of the show.
I would assume. But they go unchecked.
Yeah.
Like that one guy that was yelling at maybe 17 or 18. Yeah. I forget which one it was. Either 17 or 18. He was there because JT was 4 holes ahead or 3 holes ahead because he was obviously 7 strokes behind, so he's in a different group. There was one person that was at that hole and JT was there, and then when Mito got there, same person there, and nobody was like, hey, shut the fuck up. Like, that must have been a very important human. around Tulsa, Oklahoma. I saw Stoops there. I think Stoops was backstage chatting with JT. It felt like it was a nice, loose environment. Looked like it was a good time. But watching at home, it was like, it feels like there's 4 or 5 people that they need to just fucking pull out of there and make this whole thing better.
That would make sense. I didn't think that guy was like a VIP, but he probably was, because I feel like usually at these things, like they don't let people get belligerently drunk like that and just like let them stay there all day. Like usually that person is a starter or someone is going over there and like, all right, get the fuck out of here.
$2.7 million on the line, and I'm talking to my caddy, and I got this one drunk, obvious white, right? Get the fucking driver! All right. Is this how it's going to be? And it was wild.
Shout out JT though for not spite playing golf and not pulling the driver.
He did.
He did pull the driver, didn't he?
Yeah, he pulled the driver.
No,
Crowd, by the way.
I'm saying just because that guy was yelling, pull the driver to me. I'm fucking hitting 7-iron.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was going to. Fuck that.
Sorry.
Fuck that guy. He seemed like he had all his. That's just a high pressure moment. I'm about golf being a sports environment, but I think if you only got a couple of them, you got to tell them to.
Yeah, like if he was in the crowd.
Hey, get more of your friends to yell, or you just shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
One or the other, you know what I mean?
Like the waste management one, that was awesome because like everyone's doing it. It's kind of like the vibe there when it's the PGA Championship.
It's like a fucking major.
Yeah, it's a little different.
And then the guy at the end like thanked the fans, and I saw the entire internet be like, "Nah, fuck
Yeah.
it. I don't know." You know, I didn't know they had majors in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I think that's awesome. Need to continue going back there, and I think it's good for obviously the course and the community and all that shit. But I wonder what type of guidelines they're going to try to put in for the next major. I'd assume something's good. There's going to be
the British, right? British Open coming up next.
Oh, I love that.
Is it before the U.S. or?
I love the European.
Oh yeah, when is it? What's the next one? I assume British, but I don't know.
European crowds are the best.
I think the U.S. Open's next now, isn't it? I think they changed it.
Where is it this year?
It actually might be in Massachusetts.
It is. It's at the Country
Brookline.
Club in Brookline, Massachusetts, and then they go overseas.
WWE.
Is Tiger going to play?
That limp was bad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That limp on what, Friday or Thursday?
I think it was on the first day.
Thursday.
Yeah.
He did that press conference afterwards, and he said a bunch of things. And then I assume we all remember exactly what he said in that press conference because the conversation then immediately led to him walking off like this, and then he's supposed to walk an entire course 3 more times. It's
bad.
What happened? It got much worse from the last time he golfed.
Yeah.
What happened, AJ?
I mean, honestly, the dude is dealing with a lot. It's probably not just his leg. You know, his back was fused. It's been 15 surgeries. He's got everything going on.
Think about your hips, how far off his hips have to be, which affect everything. Him using the club as a cane in a lot of situations.
And it was colder out. They kept bringing that up, how much tougher
that's
that
always bad
makes
for
it, because
him,
it was
yeah.
like 50 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Mito wearing long sleeves the entire time. Thought he looked good. JT Sunday Fit also looked good.
Oh, yeah.
Little black and pink hair. That was a good costume.
Yeah, he did look good.
I thought so. Played good.
Those guys they're too good, man. Like they are so good at
Unreal.
golf.
Well, except for whenever you hit a duck hook into the water on the last hole when you're the lead in the major.
Yeah,
Can't do
That's
that.
the tough thing playing with the lead. Like, can you imagine trying to play with the lead in a major?
No, Justin Thomas is in a much more desirable position.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like when you're the dealer at blackjack versus somebody at the table. Dealer has to hit all the way to 17. Has to hit. So on 16, has to take one. Whenever you're sitting there and you're like, I don't want to do it or whatever, you just get, I have to shape this shot around this tree because I'm down 7 fucking strokes right now. Like the decision making is being made by the scorecard as opposed to you. When you're in the lead, it's like, is anybody going to catch me if I just get par all the way out? Do I have to get another one? Do I lay up here instead of potentially missing and losing 2 strokes? Like, that is a difficult thing, let alone going to bed at night and waking up in the morning and all those hours in between when you wake up to piss at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. and then all of a sudden you try to lay back down and go to bed. Oh, fuck, I could win a major today. And then that's another 30, 45 minutes. It's just...
think about that. Think about those people. If you don't have a lot of experience in that, like leading wire to wire, or say you're leading on Saturday night, you don't tee off till 2:30 on Sunday. You walk to the driving range on Sunday mid-morning, mid-afternoon, and there's like 3 people there because they're all on the course because you're the leader. You're the last guy to go off.
Yeah, you just got to have that. This is my
It's got to be
fucking-
awesome. That's what be like, hey, this is when I feel alive, when I'm the only dude out here.
This is my fucking course.
Yeah.
Like Chef,
That's what JT does.
at the Masters. Like he was talking about that too before. Like,
oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, of course, and also how long the day was before.
Well, Jesus Christ saved him, though. That's actually what ended up happening, right? Him and his wife.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus.
Pretty big letdown out of him this weekend.
Well, I mean, it's going to happen. It's golf. You hear the mental warfare we're talking about that these guys got to go through day in, day out, and they're not getting paid a single dollar from the tour unless you win.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they really did gas it up like there was no way he was going to lose this because it was his favorite course and all this kind of stuff. He really didn't have a chance going in, now that I think about it.
Yeah. You know what to say about golf, though?
Yeah.
You know why they call it a golf?
Why's that?
Because fuck was taken.
Hell yeah.
Is that a saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Because every shot, fuck.
You shouldn't get too upset about bad golf shots if you're just playing a casual round with your buds.
I agree, but I'm not, the same type of player as everybody else. There's people that take.
I'm talking people that shoot
serious.
they go out and they usually shoot between like 90 and 105, and they're getting super pissed off their whole round.
So we got numerous guys in the office that kind of live by that code. Actually, shoot like 105 to 120 and get pissed. It's like, why?
I understand it sucks to play bad. It's not fun.
Yeah, but why are you even keeping track if you stink that bad?
Well, that's what I say. Like when I'm playing bad, and usually it comes in bunches as well, like hole after hole, bad. Oh, top this driver. Oh, that one's out of bounds. That one's out of bounds. Yeah, it sucks. It's frustrating. I don't lose my mind and freak out. I'm like, yeah, this is golf. This is what I do.
All right, not winning a major today. I'm gonna tee up another one. All right, and I'll just take a 10, I guess, on this hole.
Yeah. Breakfast.
I didn't get to golf this weekend. That's not good.
Oh, no. We got one coming up.
I'm falling behind on my training for Tahoe. Aaron talked about Tahoe a lot
Did he?
on the interview.
I didn't get to see that. I know he's supposed to be pubbing up the match. I think Aaron's going to be great at the match, too. I think he's going to talk some trash to everybody. It should be fun.
He said he didn't practice. He looked up Patrick Mahomes' score at Tahoe. So drop that one in there.
I don't think he's barely playing at all.
Who, Aaron?
Aaron, no, but I think he's a gamer and he's ready to roll whenever it's time.
That's literally what he said. And he said, I don't practice or whatever. I just kind of show up and do my thing. Thought it was also a double entendre about OTAs. Thought it was a little Aaron Rodgers doing Aaron Rodgers stuff there in that particular conversation, but he was chatting about golf. He's just a good golfer, good athlete, grew up playing golf, you think? Picked up golf easily?
I don't know how much he played growing up. He's definitely a good golfer, but he's just an all-around athlete. He can play anything. He's good at whatever sport he plays.
What, he drained like 7 putts in the last year. Just started.
Yeah. He loves that. I played with him once in Tahoe when his first day he played not good for him. His second day he got like 27 points or whatever in one day. And he made, I don't know how many, he made putts from the fringe on like 10 different holes. I feel like he made every putt he's ever, it was crazy.
That's the equalizer in everything, right? If you can putt good, you're good.
I haven't putted since the last round of Tahoe last year.
It's half the stroke.
It'll be back. You'll just pick it up like riding a bike. You'll make putts.
I'm a field player. I'm all field player. So
let's talk about the Jesus Christ of NFL coverage. Peter King, he gave out his power rankings.
Is that what he's known as?
Yeah.
He's just been here since the beginning. You go BPK in post, BPK. Peter King's been covering the NFL for 55 years, I think. Just kind of picking up on the road. He was with John Madden on the Cruiser way back in the day. Took a trip across the country. Yeah. He's written for Sports Illustrated, NBC. He sold his blog like 4 or 5 different times. He's almost like the czar of football coverage. I was supposed to have a meeting with Matt Rule here in town when the Carolina Panthers were practicing with the Indianapolis Colts. And all of a sudden, boom, no, Matt Rule's got to meet with Peter King. Sorry about it. I'm like, all right.
Fair enough.
Peter King will be in Carolina. How often are you in Indy? It doesn't matter. It's fucking Peter King. That's almost how it's been viewed around the NFL world. Is this guy knows everything. This guy knows everybody. His Football Morning in America thing always adds great insight and detail into shit that we have questions about. A lot of Deshaun Watson information in his this week's one. A lot of other information. And his power rankings.
Ooh.
Here we go.
Peter King's power rankings have come out. His top 12 teams. The Bills at 1. Chargers at 2.
Wow.
Kansas City Chiefs at 3. AFC West representing well. 4. The Los Angeles Rams. The Green Bay Packers at 5. The Bucks at 6. The Bengals at 7. Ravens at 8. Eagles at 9. San Francisco at 10. Saints at 11. Titans, the former number 1 seed of the AFC without A.J. Brown. 12th out of 12 thus far in Peter's power rankings. AJ, your thoughts on this?
Well, I guess the first team that pops out at me is the Saints at 11. I'm a little bit surprised the Saints are in there in the top 12 just because I don't think we really know what the Saints are right now without Drew Brees, without Sean Payton. Yeah, Jameis is the guy, right? So, I mean, the Saints could be awesome. I just don't know.
Eagles at 9, also fascinating. Yeah. I mean, who knows what the Eagles
Does he
are?
give any? Is there a place where Peter describes a little bit why he put the teams where he put them?
I think there's points. There's a point system that he goes through, and this is how his top 12 ended. Let's go through 13 through 32. No sign of the Colts yet. 13 Raiders, then the Broncos at 14. The Dallas Cowboys 15. Miami Dolphins ranked 1 ahead of the New England Patriots at 17, then the Browns at 18, the Vikings at 19, the Detroit Lions at 20, and the Indianapolis Colts with 8 fucking Pro Bowlers last year with a Navy SEAL and an astronaut, now a quarterback at Matt Ryan, 21 overall. Hard to take this list serious, Peter.
Very hard.
Fucking hard. Got a Hard Knocks team.
Yeah.
Training camp Hard Knocks team. Ranked 1 ahead of the Indianapolis Colts. MCDC won 2 games last year. Yeah. No offense, MCDC. Love him. The fucking Colts at 21. What is Peter King's fucking problem with the Indianapolis Colts?
That one's tough. I'm not even going to lie to you right now as a Lions fan. That one is tough, but he must think just like I am. 10-7 playoff win. Let's go, Peter. I love it.
The fucking Colts.
He knows something we don't know, Pat.
I guess. Cardinals.
Also, hold on. Sorry to cut you off. Okay, never mind. Finish. But the Jags placement is a bit surprising for me as well.
Well, Cards at 22, Steelers 23, 24. I believe that's the Giants. 25, the Seahawks. Then the Washington Commanders at 26, the Jets. Then the Bears.
Yikes.
Jags, Falcons, Panthers, Texans round up the bottom 5. I mean, this is heartbreaking, dude.
That's tough.
This is heartbreaking. Got the Colts at 21. What's this fucking guy know?
This guy.
Pete's a smart guy. Pete knows what he's doing.
Not.
Steelers 23. I mean,
Guy watches the game on an 8-inch screen, okay?
Yeah, but he's been doing it forever, so it's kind of his thing.
Wait, does he say that?
Yeah.
Here is Peter's explanation on how and why he does his rankings. Before you start perusing my 2022 NFL Power Rankings, my annual rating of the teams 1, 2, 32 after free agency and trades in the draft. A bit of a warning, I'm not great at this. We know. I just saw that. Okay. Sorry, I did not read. He's 100% right, though. Yep. Great self-awareness out of the czar here. Thank you, Peter. Now, that's a great sales tool to get people to read this column, but I want to be honest, as we get into this, I was pretty good in 2019, picking the Niners coming off a 6-10 season. It was only 17 in the rankings. They won the NFC. I was pretty good in 2020, picking the Bucks 5th, picking the Bucks.
I mean, everyone's.
Coming off a 7-9 season. Is that when Tom Brady got there?
That was Jameis's 30 for 30 year.
All right, pat on the back.
Good job, Peter.
Yes, last year not so good. The highlights: I had the Rams 6th and the Bengals 27th, and you know where they landed. I had Green Bay 8th and Tennessee 18th. Browns 4th, Colts 9th, Cowboys, Eagles first 2 out of blah blah blah. So I'm out to avenge my C minus last year. Okay, the whole idea is to try to pick 3 or 5 risers and a couple of fallers, with the understanding that virtually every year there are 3 or 4 teams that surprise people. I only have one stunner this year, but a few things should raise ire. Is that the Lions at 20 above the Colts? Is that the one surprise that he's talking about?
Yeah, gotta be.
Sounds like he's mad the Colts burned him last year.
Well, they burned us all, Pete, but that's why we got fucking Matt Ryan here. Bills at the top of the thing. I think that's where everybody has the Bills. Sure. And that's because they have everything you could possibly need. Stud wide receiver and stud quarterback, both paid long-term. A defense that has only gotten stronger somehow, and a culture that's already been set. And maybe a little bit of an axe to grind with how the season ended last year.
Yeah, definitely. Right. And they drafted Dalvin Cook's brother, so they kind of have that running back piece they didn't have before.
Which is massive. If he's anything like Dalvin is, and he understands the game in the NFL level, that'll be fantastic. The Chargers at 2 is fascinating because I'm assuming there's some Chargers fans that feel this way. I don't think this is the normal conversation with the Chargers being number 2 overall squad. I think he's predicting for the end of the season here, though, AJ.
Yeah, I would imagine he's predicting for what may happen, but if you go to the Eagles at 9, isn't that a bit surprising, sneaking them in the top 10? Like, Jalen Hurts is a stud, but aren't they still questioning? Like, Jalen kind of has to prove that he's the guy moving forward after this year, doesn't he?
Jalen and the Saints are certainly the big question here from the first page.
Mm-hmm. So he's banking on them being the risers, and then the fallers being like the Falcons down there at 30, I believe.
The Colts,
yeah.
Cardinals.
Yeah.
Steelers.
I mean, that's
Bears.
Well,
unfortunately.
Even the Cowboys being at 15, I feel like is a little faller. Like everyone, I would assume they think they should be in the top 10.
Russell Wilson and that Broncos at 14. I mean,
I mean that.
well, they got them coming in last in that division. No,
That's what Peter says.
Raiders.
'Cause that's the fourth.
Raiders
time.
are 13.
Yeah.
I'd imagine a lot of people have the Browns higher than 18.
You think the Jags will be better than the Falcons?
Marcus Mariota.
No Calvin Ridley.
Bears 2.0.
Who?
Falcons. Ryan Pace went over there and took all the old Bears players.
Ryan Pace is at the Falcons.
Yeah.
What is he, GM or just?
Like assistant GM or some shit, but
Hell yeah.
You don't like him?
I'm on him.
How come? Because he's not with the Bears anymore?
Yeah, basically.
And they stunk?
He picked a good defense. I give him that.
A great defense.
He's a
Not cool,
senior
man.
personnel executive.
What's that mean?
No.
Is that like Matt Patricia's role before he became the
Maybe.
offensive line
Oh
coach?
yeah.
Anyways, Peter, great rankings. We appreciate it. We're hoping
Hey boy, Pete.
Let's get to a break. That was fucking heartbreaking.
You're the one that said he's the football czar.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got us behind the fucking Lions.
The Lions have an easy schedule if you look at it.
Okay, you're the
Lions.
Lions.
Right?
People see you on the schedule and say, we have an easy schedule.
Hey.
There's no such thing as an easy
You
schedule.
don't have to remind me, all right? I'm just saying, easy schedule, young team, MCDC's third year. If he's not good this year, we'll see.
Whoa.
Foxy.
Calling for his head.
No.
Yeah, what are you doing, Foxy?
Frank Reich has kind of come out and said, like, he knows this year.
As it
It's
should.
his second year. I said third.
Fucking 2 Super Bowls this decade. He doesn't have one yet.
Well,
Better hurry the fuck up.
Frank Reich has led a team that Jim Irsay has invested a lot of money into
Yeah.
In the city.
to be ranked 21 by fucking Nazar Peter.
Frank
Below
Reich
the lines.
let Aston Villa fucking beat him in Week 18 last year.
Peter
Okay?
King will come back to Indianapolis, by the way, and he'll just shut down a game if he wants to, too. I need to have an interview right now with Matt Ryan before this game's kicked off. And he'll be like, you got it.
Time out.
And then he'll come back and fucking put him at 21.
Powerful.
That's Peter King.
Yeah.
Next, buddy, hopefully Han Zeus or Dan Zeus comes out and puts the Colts at like 2 so that you can have him on the show and celebrate.
No offense to Danzus, and we understand that Danzus is the authority on power rankings during the season. If Peter King got into the power ranking every single week thing, Danzus knows what he's up against.
Yeah, he does.
Christ-like figure.
He's screwed.
Bingo.
Does Dan Zeus pat himself on the back with every ranking?
I don't think so.
Well, Peter King didn't.
No.
I don't even know who
Good
Dan Zeus
call on
is.
the Bucks
What?
though with Tom Brady.
Genius.
Nailed it.
Wait, what?
Comes a little bit upset about the Bucks call by Peter King.
He's the only one.
Where are they?
Well, they're in Tampa Bay. They're a football team.
No. Where are they in the list?
Oh, 17? No.
6.
Jesus.
I think Guppy's talking about his prediction from 2 years ago.
Yeah, AJ.
Only one who had it. No one else thought the Bucks would be good with Brady and Gronk.
Well, they had 7 and 9. I don't know if Gronk was on the team yet when
a good
Peter
point.
did his ranking.
It's a good point.
Hey, if you're not going to self-promote, who's going to do it for you?
I understand self-promoting, but you fucking putting the Colts at 21 and then acting like
Dan Zeus does have his power ranking.
What if he turns out to be right?
Colts are 12.
Peter King has been around. Where?
Colts are 12 and Dan Zeus is.
That's the authority.
There you
go.
We're back and forth. Probably fucking 31.
I got to keep scrolling. Keep scrolling.
That's
keep
where the Colts were.
scrolling.
Right now, where you're at is where the Colts.
That's right.
27 for the Lions.
All right. It's improvement.
Wow.
Who do we trust, Danzus or the Czar, Peter King?
Dan Zeus.
Dan Zeus.
Peter King.
Depends on which team, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the Bears way down there too, pal.
30.
We're back and forth. We'll answer some phone calls and wrap up this show that is terrible.
Who made power rankings a thing?
Danzus.
Dan Zeus.
Genius.
Back and forth. Cheers. Gone! See ya! Micah Hyde softball game this past weekend with a portion of the proceeds going to the victims of the heinous, fucking terrible, despicable actions of one scumbag at a grocery store in Buffalo. Josh Allen went to the plate with ill intentions on his mind, and look what he does to this softball, AJ Hawk.
Look how high the ball is.
Yeah.
Back to back. How you doing? Are you not entertained?
Never backs out.
Dude. 6'5", 235 pounds, incredibly athletic, the confidence and moxie to be able to do things like that and become a guy in the NFL. He's becoming the prototype day in and day out. I fucking love that dude. That softball still going. I just saw a picture of you getting out of, I think, a 757 that was from Jim Irsay. What was that, and have you ever been in that plane before?
I thought it was like the team plane to fly all of the Indianapolis Colts. Literally, I mean, it's got the logo on it, Pat, and it was awesome. But look, that's just Jim. Pat, I had a wonderful 14 years there. It's obviously the team that I wanted to play for always. I understood the decision he had to make, and no hard feelings. And for him to send his plane to fly me and my son down here, it was a great gesture. A lot of room for me and Marshall. We were throwing the football. So, pretty cool experience. Pretty cool father-son weekend.
By the way, as he's moving from event to event right now, you are the best, dude. Where are you headed right now?
I'm going to the game. I got Lynch. I got Faneca. I got these guys in the background.
Boys, how you? Congratulations. Yeah. Congratulations, boys. All right, Peyton. Oh, hey, there he is. Marshall, I hope you enjoyed that plane, pal. Hey, Peyton, last thing here. You talking to Tom Brady, you becoming friends with him. It was interesting to watch. Oh, yeah, take the photo. Take the photo. All right, we will wrap this up.
Well, I'll tell you, Pat, I don't think anybody can do what Tom has done. Look, I know how hard it was for me to get on the same page with my receivers, learn a new system, learn new coaches. But I had a full off season. I was injured. I was rehabbing. The fact that Tom has done this in a COVID pandemic off season, no time to meet with his receivers. He met with his coaches illegally by breaking into Byron Leftwich's house. So besides that, it's been incredible what he's been able to accomplish, and he deserves all the credit. His leadership is what's put the Bucs in this game today, and I have great respect for him because I know how hard it is, but he deserves all the credit.
Hey, how did you know Red 18 was coming?
Pat, I mean, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you telling that story and just growing the legend. That was about the 18th time I tried it. I was over 17 going into that. And, you know, when it doesn't hit, you just keep walking and nobody ever really tells you about it. So when it hit, I was as surprised as you were. And the reaction from some of the good old folks there in the casino that night was pretty special.
Well, I appreciate you doing that. You made me and those folks in the casino a bunch of money. Congrats on the Hall of Fame nod. Thank you for spending time. Enjoy yourself at the game, Peyton.
Pat, thanks, pal. I appreciate you.
The Sheriff Hall of Famer, Peyton Manning.
Today's show is presented by Cash App. Cash App is the best finance app on planet Earth.
Hell yeah.
And it's also the easiest way to send money to your buddies, and you can even buy pieces of Bitcoin or stocks with as little as $1.
Whoa.
Okay.
Keep an eye out for another Winter Wednesday this week with last week's giveaways. If you aren't on Cash App yet, go use code McAfee for $15 as soon as you sign up. That's code McAfee for a free $15. Terms apply.
Okay. That's an incredible job.
Nice job.
Hell yeah.
Oh, no, the studio's on fire.
What's that?
Huh?
That's your
Is the
cigar
studio on
smoke,
fire?
dude.
No, the studio's okay. Thank you, though. Thank you to the Indianapolis Fire Department.
Yeah, thank you.
The studio wasn't on fire when it could have been last week, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
It's bad news.
We ended up getting them pizza. I don't know if you know that.
I saw that, actually. That was awesome.
Well, thank you. A lot of people were coming after us for only pizza, they said. It was like, well, pizza was literally the thing that was presented to us as good option. You know what I mean?
That's what they wanted.
Trying to get them steak dinners all week.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted.
I did try to open a couple of tabs at a couple different steak places around town. They're like, that's not feasible. That's not.
Fuck it. Get them pizza.
They ain't be able to do that. The pizza, they do love pizza, which is awesome. And shout out to Chief Rita Reith. fucking legend.
Hell yeah.
Made that all happen. We appreciate the hell out of her.
Absolutely.
And we should do more with the Indy Fire Department because I got nothing but respect for those who run towards the flames instead of away from them, especially if it's, a lot that look like that guy with that mustache that did the interview, cut the promo
I
afterwards.
could have been seeing things this morning, but I believe they were out front again this morning as we were pulling up. Am I correct? Or
There was paramedics out there for sure. I don't know about the fire department, but
All right, well, hope everybody's okay. Let's go to the phones.
they were just saying hi.
Let's go to Zach. They were not saying hi. I don't think they do. That's pretty expensive to say hi. You get charged for that. Let's go to Zach and Moose Jaw. Zach, what's going on? How you doing?
Pat, boys, how we doing?
Keep it moving. Hey, Chompy and the callers here.
Chompy. I just like to first out shout out the Queen for giving us this Monday off so we could drink.
Happy Victoria Day,
baby. Happy Victoria Day. So my question for you: after Week 3 of this NFL season, when Washington cuts Carson Wentz because he's a bag of rocks, who's starting, Sam Howell or fucking Taylor Heineke?
All right, great question. Great question, Zach. We appreciate you. The big conversation around the Commanders today isn't about Carson Wentz being the starter Week 5, Week 6, or Sam Howell or Heineke. I don't know who that'll be. I'm excited to watch that quarterback competition for who is the backup because Heineke got some good football in him if he has to. Carson Wentz, obvious starter with how much money they're paying him. Speaking of money being paid, the Washington Commanders have put aside or have paid $100 million for a new piece of land in Virginia. Is that where they're taking their stadium? Their current stadium's trash in D.C. Poop pipes bursting all over people. Walls falling on top of players. Is that why they're not looking to upgrade that thing? Are they moving out of the District of Columbia into Virginia? And are Commanders fans losing their mind on the internet right now? Yes, the Virginia Commanders in a couple of years, AJ.
Well, if they paid $100 million for a piece of land, obviously you have to assume, yes, this is going to be a stadium, right?
You would assume that's a lot of money.
Are they going to be able, though, with how their team is, are they going to be able to get those big tax money that all these, not all of them, but a lot of owners use to help build these stadiums?
Well, especially in that area with the amount of politics, I assume that's why D.C. wasn't a possibility because maybe Virginia gave some sort of tax break, or maybe they have some conversation in Virginia to build a new stadium.
There has to be. Before they buy that $100 million piece of land, don't you think they have to have conversations like, hey, we're going to do this. They have to make sure they work out some of the details.
Hey, and the town better hold up its end of the bargain, or they'll be like the Carolina Panthers who said, fuck you.
Yeah.
We will stop this right now. We don't care if it already had walls or broken ground. We put up our end. You have not put yours up. So guess what? We're looking for a new town. I don't think the Commanders are doing that. The Commanders putting $100 million, that's quite an investment, especially whenever you don't know who the owner is going to be in coming years with a vote potentially happening with Snyder on his way out at the league meetings. Need 24 votes to start that conversation. Has never happened before. Now news is being leaked that there's going to take votes to maybe push Dan Snyder out. Who's the new owner? Where are they playing football at? Are they going to be the Commanders forever if a new owner comes in? AJ, so many question marks around one of the most storied franchises and programs in the NFL's history.
But if they are going to be forced to sell the team, this definitely drives your value up, because if you're an owner, all owners want new stadiums. You could say, hey, I'm going to buy this team. I get to basically build this stadium from scratch, brand new stadium. That's a huge revenue booster for you as the team. So I would imagine it would drive the price tag up.
I assume that having land in Virginia is good, not bad for the next owner. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, and having a plan for a brand new stadium, because who, as an owner, who wants to come in and take over that stadium where the railings are falling and turds are falling on people?
Yeah, you don't want turds falling in the stadium that you're buying. So I guess new property is good. Remember, this happened in Chicago here too. Was it $30 million in land, like an hour away from Chicago in Arlington?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is this one happening in Arlington, Virginia?
Oh, shit. Is Arlington just taking over the whole NFL?
Is it going to be the Arlington Bears or the Arlington Commanders?
Or the Arlington Cowboys, right?
Is this where Bezos jumps in?
Zito said there's some pictures of what could potentially be being... Oh, nice. I like when the internet says this could possibly happen.
I believe that's the plot of land that they bought, so they just put like a stadium over it.
You're going to want a casino probably there, hotels, entire Patriot
Whole
place
thing.
like up in New England.
Yeah, restaurants.
Such a good idea to be able to do that. If you can do that, just buy up the entire area, create your own village or town, and make everybody that comes to it spend every dollar with you and nobody else.
No poop pipes.
Hey, in this like drawing or whatever computer image here, is that a baseball field I see through that roof?
No.
Is that dirt? It looks like home plate and dirt, man.
I think that's the poop pipes coming.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
I think that's all the
End
poop
zone.
pipes. Yeah.
I think it's an end zone.
Is where it poops.
That'd be a cool
Too many
scene.
poop pipes, yeah.
Well, there's never too many.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem with FedEx Field. Are they trying to get this built before the next World Cup too?
Have to.
Oh, wow.
Bring back the troughs in the bathroom.
How long did it take to build SoFi? They could probably do that, couldn't they, before the next World Cup?
What was it? $8 billion? How much did it cost? $6
Yeah,
billion.
well, that was
Something
Wait,
like that.
when's the World Cup coming?
4 years after this upcoming.
Okay. You could build a stadium in 4 years, right?
2026.
So it says the Commanders like the site because of how it can be developed. According to a source, their plans include a 60,000-seat dome stadium so it can be used throughout the year, as well as the team's practice facility and amphitheater, seating 15,000 to 20,000, high-end retail shops, bars, and restaurants.
Welcome to Commander Town.
Yeah.
Welcome to.
That's why the team's worth so much more money, because you have, like you said, Patriot Place. Everybody's trying to build that where, hey, it's a one-stop shop. You come here to the game, you're going to stay in places we own. Our hotels we own, all the merch. Like, they just make all the money. That's the plan.
What about local business? Aren't you guys for local business? Yeah, our local businesses.
Yeah.
Remember that stat of how much money like the Patriots and the Cowboys make for every home game? It's like $72 million for
What about
Jerry
the
World.
Packers? How much money the Packers make off of local real estate?
It's absurd.
Get a retractable dome, though. Why build a straight dome? Why wouldn't everything be retractable now?
Tell them about the roof.
I haven't read about the roof yet. Have you read about the roof?
The roof would be translucent, and the stadium's facade could change colors. It could be white during the day and
LED.
Burgundy at night.
So this is just like SoFi, where they're running shit on top of the thing.
Yeah. Well, they better fucking close the Commanders one, though, because that whole entire deal with the thunderstorms last year was absurd.
There had to be a reason that they decided to do that, tax purposes or descript purposes,
Yeah.
why they didn't make it a connected stadium, arena, dome thing.
Makes no sense.
I wonder why it was. Had to be something.
It wouldn't be the money because they're already like $4 billion over when they made it.
This ESPN article says the team would like to return to D.C., but it's on federal land, so a lot of government hurdles to get through to build something.
Does anything ever happen over there?
Doesn't seem like it.
What do you mean? Does just like anything happen? I honestly, and I'm 35 years old now. I'm a fucking old man. I get it, and I should start paying attention to it. But like, I've never heard like a celebration. Right? There's no like, hey, we did it. It's always you motherfuckers are going to kill everybody on both sides.
You mean in D.C.?
Yeah.
Capitol Hill.
Well, yeah, because if one side's celebrating, the other side's killing them.
I don't think I ever hear the celebrating though.
Ever.
Yeah, I don't either, actually. You're right.
Do they ever take the tractor another round?
I don't think so.
And just fucking smell the roses?
They should.
There's always another fight to make the world a better place.
That's right.
And that's why I appreciate everybody that goes over there.
Seems like the only time they do put their swords away is at the congressional baseball game.
I was going to say, they're happy that.
It's been happening since 1776.
Yeah. Every single year.
Did you know that? 1492, they thought of it. 1776, they implemented it. And then now they're still playing it, and Gonzo's the only one under the age of 30.
Yeah. John Adams used to fucking throw heat, and they were like, hey, we need to keep this going.
When was baseball invented?
Fucking before America.
You sure about that?
Yeah, 1730.
Probably in the 1500s. 1600s.
1869.
Wow. Fucking slow. It makes sense. It took them a while to put the rules together because how complicated the game is. You know
They
what
just
I mean?
didn't have a name for it back then, right?
They said, hey, let's go do the boring thing that passes time that we don't have to talk to anybody else about anything real for a while.
Stickball.
How many innings should we make this thing? 1, 2? Nah, fucking 9.
9.
Yeah.
I don't want to go home. Just like golf. Make this thing 100 holes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go home. 1909 was the first congressional baseball game.
Wow.
Javier Molina
Mm-hmm.
pitching in that one just like he did against the fucking Buccos yesterday.
Absolutely.
Did you see that?
Close.
Fucking. At least we want yard on that motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's thrown 63, so I'd hope so.
Pirates lost 18-0 in a baseball game. The same sport we were speaking about right now where the congressional people go play and it's miserably boring and it's like, how is this something? Well, it's actually good camaraderie, you know, come together, really pass some shit. Okay, cool. Baseball normally rather boring. One team running up 18 runs on the other one, very unexpected. But when you hear it happens, you go like, oh, who'd they do it against? Oh, obviously, the fucking Pittsburgh Pirates. Sell the team, nutting, you prick. You know what I mean, AJ?
Is it so do the Pirates like take offense when Javier Molina at age 39 gets inserted to pitch for the first time in his major league career?
They were asking him to sign the fucking baseball. It's like when old Cuzzy just did this a couple months ago, also on there. Albert Pujols. Pujols pitched, I guess, a couple months ago when they were up like 15 runs or something on somebody. Somebody got a hit and they were like, "Oh, will you sign that and send it over?" It's like, all right. Let's fucking maybe just quit next time. Javier steps on the mound and you're Pittsburgh Pirates, just throw in the white flag thing and then get back in the dugout, go underneath the thing, and never show up at a baseball field again.
Yeah, I mean, when you got guys laughing on the mound after they give up like a 500-foot homer, that's when you should be very embarrassed. I mean, he's basically out there underhanding pitches to
They
him.
were saying maybe Zambelli fireworks too. And then they lose 18 zip.
Well, and then you see when those balls land in the... I mean, you say it a lot, and it's not hyperbole. There might have been 50 people at that game.
This is not going to surprise you. The Pirates are dead last in the MLB in run differential.
Yeah, but they're
They lost 18-0. That's going to hurt for a long time. It's like having 9 turnovers in one game.
They got a better record than 8 teams in the MLB, though, okay? And the Cards just did that last week to the Giants when Pujols pitched, okay? It's not just the Pirates.
I would love to go to that game, though. Wouldn't you like to go to a baseball game where 18 runs are scored?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. That's what you're praying for, but it never fucking happens unless you're playing the Pittsburgh Pirates.
It's not a fun game for the Pirates there for a home game. How come baseball purists aren't mad about that one? Where you're throwing in a non-pitcher, it's an embarrassment to the game.
Nah, dude, you can't burn an arm. Can't burn a bullpen arm. You're up 18 runs. Fucking.
Is there a chance if I'm at that game, I could sweet talk my way into putting on a costume and going and pitching for the team?
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
People need to start doing that. In the stands, get in the uniform and go. This is random fan from section 113 pitching against the fucking Pittsburgh Pirates right now.
It's actually a pretty good gimmick.
Well, the Pirates will likely be in this position a lot this season.
Exactly.
So maybe somebody else will implement that rule, AJ. How are the Reds doing? You guys still stink?
I haven't really checked in on. We're the Reds. We're usually like a late season team where we decide to turn it on.
They're at 12-28.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Okay.
You guys suck.
Weren't they like 1-15 at one point?
2-11.
What are we?
Oh yeah,
16-24.
It's not bad.
Cubs are also 16-24.
Lost 18-0.
AJ stopped following when Brennerman got canned.
True.
Yep.
All right. Let's go to the fence.
By the way,
I was a big Marty Brenneman guy. You're
Pirates
right.
are better.
That's the dad, not the long driving.
Pirates are better than Tigers. Just that them too.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Can't believe Tigers are still in the majors.
True.
I didn't know they were still a team.
Yeah, send him
We're
back
supposed
down.
to be a dark horse team this year. I guess we still stink.
Well, that's what they say to cities like Detroit.
Detroit
To
sports.
keep hope.
Right.
Hey, Lions, Peter King, dark horse.
Yeah, dark
Literally,
horse.
Detroit sports have been 3 years away for the last 10 years.
So, right now, it feels like
We're
about
still going to stink.
3 years away.
Yeah.
Let's go to the phones. 5 Energy phone line. Fucking Buccos are so bad, AJ. So fucking bad.
They should do it like one of the million soccer leagues out there. Isn't there one where if you suck, you get bumped down to like the minors, and if you're good in the minors, you get bumped up?
It's all of them.
Something happened. A team almost got relegated last week. I saw a guy crying his fucking face off.
Everton.
Yeah.
Dude was crying in the stands because they didn't get relegated.
That's so much money too. Like to stay in the Premier League, they get so much money. Like when a team comes up to the Premier League, like saves their club for years.
Congrats to Everton.
Richmond back up there.
Is it like a 1-year trial or how's it work?
If you're bottom 3, you go back down. Like Norwich comes up every year. Next year they go back down. Done it 5 times in a row.
Who plays for them? Just like up and coming people? Or?
Norwich.
Yeah.
The Canaries. Nobody good.
No, but I'm saying, is it like the locals play on this team and then they potentially end up in the fucking Premier League?
Yeah, like teams will come up from like Div 5. Like they'll come all the way up.
Division 5?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So that's like you, me, Zito, Foxy fielding the team?
Yeah.
Getting hot?
They're getting the FA Cup.
They test for marijuana at the PGA?
They test for coke, I believe. I don't know about weed.
Thank you.
AJ.
Good to know.
I believe some golfers have been busted for coke. That's
Yeah,
why.
I know. I agree. I do
Do
believe.
they probably do test for all street drugs then.
I don't know. I was thinking in my head, like, would that help or hurt in the moment yesterday as I was watching Mito? In my head, I was thinking, like, this dude must smoke so
Are you
much
saying for
dope.
you or somebody else?
Well, just anybody in general. But if I was to get into the PGA, would I be allowed to be high as fuck out there?
That's actually a good
I don't know. Maybe we can get the commissioner on.
And would that be better or worse? For me, I think it'd be much better. Much better.
Yeah. I know they stopped them. They can't take those beta blockers, whatever those do.
Something that
Slow
slows
your heart
rate down. I know that's
Yeah,
illegal.
like performers take them, like musicians and people I've heard.
Oh, so that's like
It's
anxiety?
a nerve thing. It's a nerve. I don't know what it's technically for, but it calms their nerves, I guess.
So it's like when snipers and the archery folks at the Olympics are trying to control their heart rate. There's something that can do that for you?
I get whatever beta blockers means, whatever it does. I think I heard like Jennifer Aniston mention it in one thing she was doing.
Jen?
Like actors, musicians that are like composers, I've heard them talk about it.
Is this Xanax?
No, I think it's different. I don't know exactly. That's all I know about it, really. Guys take it for their nerves, or people take it.
Xan really turns people into zombies.
Oh, yeah. Does it put you to sleep?
Some people,
When
I
you
guess,
first
can
start
operate on
taking
it, but they're sleepwalking. I think all the people that I know that have gotten into Xans that aren't prescribed it. Now, people are prescribed it, obviously, and
It's scary either way, though. Even if people prescribed it, I feel like it's scary how cavalier people are about
Scary. I've only done it.
That's what kills the celebrities. They usually drink on that stuff, right?
Yep.
Is it Xans? I don't know if it's
Yeah,
Xanax.
benzo, whatever benzos are. I hear
Those are
Dr.
Xans.
Drew talk about it. People drink on benzos.
Yeah, because you drink with a Xanny bar, you're done, right?
Zombie.
Yeah, mixing stuff. That's where it really gets you.
Stay away from the pills.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go to the 5 Energy phone line. Let's go to Braden in Nashville. What's going on, Braden? How's it going down there? Braden's dead.
Dude, come on.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, Pat and the boys?
Hey, Braden, how you doing, man?
Hey, just wanted to talk about Deshaun and what you guys think about the Browns, and if you've heard anything about what his suspension is going to be looking like maybe this year or next.
Thank you, Braden. I guess the conversation was that there was no deadline for when the NFL would enforce its suspension of Deshaun Watson. Roger Goodell basically said, we just want to get as much information as possible, and there was no suspension looming, allegedly, just like a month and a half ago, I believe, was the conversation. Now, league meetings are happening right now. There's other stuff cooking here in the dead of the offseason, OTAs happening, and now it's being reported, and there's a little bit of smoke, that a Deshaun Watson suspension will probably be coming up here in the next few weeks. I don't know if it's bullshit. I don't know what's real. Deshaun's down in Bahamas with 23 other Cleveland Browns, kind of getting used to the lay of the land and learning about each other. I believe the Browns are just going off of whatever they can do and just kind of acting as if. But allegedly, with the HBO Real Sports coming out, right? Where two of the accusers are being interviewed and everything. This is only going to continue to grow. I don't know what the hell the NFL is going to do, but allegedly there's a chance that the suspension is announced much earlier than we could have ever imagined.
Well, yeah, I would imagine they want to announce it during the summertime. And if this HBO Real Sports thing, which comes out tomorrow, I believe, where two of the accusers speak, are they worried that's going to, I don't know, create a bunch of buzz around this where people are going to say, hey, Rod, you got to do something?
Good transition. Buzz B, the lawyer for the accusers, he came out and made a quote about how it was no easy interview with the HBO real time. There was no prepared questions in there. He respected the due diligence that HBO did in the middle of it. He got questioned as well. He put down his resume of how many other people he has represented in this type of situation. So I have no clue what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, but it feels like there's a lot to still be figured out. And the Browns putting $230 million guaranteed into a contract with Deshaun, they had to have had some sort of inkling about something. Trevor Bauer has come out and said that the precedent, or somebody said about Trevor Bauer, how the precedent has been set. Basically, he's 2 years suspension now. That is a different sport, different league, different situation than what Deshaun's in, but everybody is just kind of projecting their thoughts right now. I don't know if there's any concrete information anywhere, AJ.
Wait, is Trevor Bauer saying that Deshaun should be suspended that long, or he will be?
I have no clue how it came about. I honestly, I didn't look into it enough. I should have.
And where's Trevor Bauer out with his whole situation?
He's got a 2-year suspension.
Yeah. He's
starting
fucked,
now
I
or
think.
starting like time served?
I have no clue.
He's not playing this
He's not getting
entire
paid either.
season, yeah.
Jesus.
I'm trying to remember how he phrased it, and I don't want to mispronounce this, so I'm not mispronounce, but
Pretty delicate situation. You
Yeah.
should think about that.
I mean, there's a chance this suspension comes down maybe this Friday before a holiday weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're off Monday, everybody.
Memorial Day, right?
Yeah, we are off Monday. We got F1 Monaco on Sunday.
Hell yeah.
Let's
9
go.
a.m.
That's the Super Bowl of F1.
It is. Been waiting months for this.
I am. I'm pumped. I started watching Live to Drive or whatever.
Sure.
Good?
Very good.
I watched first episode, a lot of accents. I tried to keep up with it all. I think I'm going to have to dive into it a little bit more.
Okay.
You won't.
I will.
No, we got Monaco on Sunday.
I haven't watched it. I don't.
Monaco
I hear
Sunday,
it's going great, but just watching you describe the first episode, I knew within 3 words you're not going to continue.
Monaco's on Sunday.
Yeah, we got Monaco Sunday.
Always so weird stuff.
Barcelona
A lot
was
of
this.
accents, exotic location.
I tried to watch it. It was late. It was after I came home from SmackDown. I'm like,
You'll
all
do
right.
it again. You'll try it
Monaco's
again, I'm
this
sure.
Sunday, though.
Yeah, that's what. Well, that's why.
It's the only race on this Sunday.
Yeah, this Sunday, 9 a.m. Monaco F1. So I knew that was coming. So last Friday night after I got home from SmackDown, quick trip from Grand Rapids, whose crowd was.
Yeah.
Hey, Grand Rapids, Michigan crowd was top tier.
They were loud.
Top tier. Very loud, very energetic. There's kids crying at the end. I mean, they're very invested. Heartbreaker, what happened to Riddle.
Man.
Oh,
And what happened to
God.
Randy Orton. RK Bro, Heartbreaker, tag team unification loss. And obviously the kids of Grand Rapids didn't enjoy it too much.
Who beat him?
Fucking the
on.
bloodline, dude. The
All
Usos.
the product.
Who do you think?
That shouldn't be surprising, should it?
Bingo, it's not. That's why those kids crying. What did you think?
Yeah.
Wake up, kid. Clown.
The unified tag team champions of the world. Shout out to Road Dogg, Jesse James, badass Billy Gunn, but instead it's the Bloodline Usos.
Goddamn
They
right.
have all the unified championships. The unified heavyweight championship, Roman Reigns. Unified tag team champions, the Usos. Friday Night SmackDown Zone, Bloodline.
Hell yeah.
Unbelievable.
I get home from Grand Rapids, though, after a kid cried watching the Usos do their thing. And I'm like, you know what? Monaco next Sunday, 9 a.m. This is their Super Bowl. Darius Butler's been talking about this. I'm going to watch it. I fell asleep quickly. I think the accents did it to me, but it does seem like it would be a good series.
Oh, yeah. And you told us last Wednesday, you're like, hey, I really like what I'm seeing out of Max Verstappen's car so far. I can't wait for Monaco. So we knew
Monaco's
that you're.
Sunday, right?
Yeah, Monaco is on Sunday.
Max Verstappen's got all the great engineers, too.
Oh, yeah.
There is another race. I don't want to, we can't skip over this. The Coke 600 is also Sunday. So it's Monaco and Coke 600, and that's it.
Here we go.
Okay.
We got big race day on Sunday. We got any NBA, NHL games scheduled for Sunday as well?
Probably the Celtics
Series
Heat.
might be over.
When Verstappen gets in the Red Bull 13 car, I mean, there's just no stopping him.
Well, that's the thing about the Verstappen Red Bull 13.
Yeah.
That helmet goes on, the engine turns on, and that's fucking game, race, set, match for everybody else in the fucking stupid cars.
That's right.
That's
Wave the
Monaco,
checkered
baby.
flag.
Lewis Hamilton's driving better than he's ever drove.
Yeah,
though.
he has.
Uh-huh.
You know that,
His
AJ?
car just letting him down.
I'm pretty deep into this F1.
Yeah.
How deep?
I think it would be cool to go down to the thing in Miami. That'd be fun to see how bizarre the whole situation is. Other than that, I think I'm all right.
Barcelona.
How about Monaco or
Yeah.
Barcelona?
I'd go to Monaco. Yeah, if someone wants to, you want to take me to Monaco, I'll go.
Monaco country?
Yes.
Very, very nice,
No, it's
too, from what I see.
Did you say yes to it's a country?
Yeah. Monaco's a country.
No, it's a city in France.
No.
Is it? Is it like a District of Columbia type thing where it operates as its own country?
It kind of does, I feel
Like
like.
the Vatican?
Yeah, sure, like Vatican City.
The Vatican has the Pope and God rule over that whole fucking place. Don't you ever question it.
It's its own country. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Is it a country too?
Monaco or Rome?
Vatican's
Am I
considered
confusing
its own its own
Monaco
area.
with Nice?
Nice
Probably.
is definitely a part of France.
Yeah, I
Nice
swear
is right
Monaco's a
by
country.
Nantes, actually.
Nice is really nice, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
The
Southern
Is it
France.
Monaco where those guys park all their mega yachts
Yeah.
and stuff?
I think Monaco's a
Not
country.
now.
Yeah, I swear
Yeah, I'm pretty
Monaco's
sure it is.
country. Tony?
It's by Marseille, right?
Let me look.
Tony, you're the only one on your
You have a computer, huh?
Yeah, I'm reading.
Monaco's on Sunday, Tony. We need to
Yeah,
know.
just
We need to
Google
know if
Monaco.
It's a country or not? Is it a city or country?
Could be moving it to every other year, Monaco.
The Principality of Monaco is a sovereign city-state and micro-state of the French Riviera.
So it's like District of Columbia.
Yeah.
Okay.
It says country.
God damn, I feel good.
Wow.
It's located on the French Riviera.
Hey, that's Monaco, though.
That's Monaco,
Uh-huh.
baby.
Can't wait for Sunday.
Second smallest sovereign state in the world after Vatican City.
Wow.
Ah, see?
Boom.
Oh, so the Vatican's in Italy and Monaco's in France, but they're not technically.
One God is the money. The other God is Jesus Christ.
There
That's
it is.
right.
All right. We're out of here. We're back tomorrow. Ain't that right, AJ Hawk?
That is right. I can't wait. I gotta go. Maybe I'll go watch that first episode of that F1 show.
Yeah.
Watch more than I did, okay? Make the show better.
Well, you watched about 2 minutes, so.
We got Succession right now. I mean, you're locked in.
Almost done with
Is that coming back, by the way?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this year.
End of this
Season
year,
4.
allegedly.
Yes.
So I'm trying to save the last 2 episodes.
Keep old buddy alive.
Who?
You know, the guy the son that seems to struggle at times.
All right.
Jeez.
Come on, AJ.
Let's do one last phone call and get the
Not Kieran Culkin, but he needs to stay alive too.
Yeah.
Is he 4'5"?
Yeah, he's a little guy.
Yes.
Roman?
Mm-hmm.
Romulus?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, for sure.
Okay. I thought so.
Maybe a little taller.
No, not much.
Dude, some of those scenes where he's just kind of peacocking around, I'm like, imagine seeing this thing in real life. What would you, if he was that character in real life, walking into a meeting, acting the way he acted at the size that he is? That would be awesome.
He's listed at 5'6" on the internet.
Well, how tall
That's
is his dad
generous.
in the show listed? Brian Cox. He's not that tall.
6'2".
Yeah. Plays
Logan Roy, fucking
Yeah.
handling biz.
Yeah.
He's a giant when he's walking into those meetings. So,
Titan.
oh, how about that shareholders meeting day?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So many good.
That's a good
Brian
one.
Cox is listed at 5'9".
Okay.
Without shoes on?
Who?
5'9", Brian Cox. That's
Oh, I think you said
Logan
Ryan
Roy.
Gosling. I thought Gosling's like 6'2".
Yeah, he is.
Is he? How about Conan
like it.
O'Brien selling his podcast network for $150 million to Sirius XM?
Not bad.
Selling it? Is he still going to do it? He's just going to go strictly serious?
I don't know if he sold his library for $150 million and also future shows.
Wait,
Yeah.
just his show, or is there other shows on the network?
Podcast network, so I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but I do know $150 million was spent by SiriusXM to obtain it. Congratulations, Conan O'Brien.
Hello, baby Conan.
Hey, baby Conan.
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean?
I've heard some of
Oh,
his.
no.
What's it called?
What is it called? I don't know, but I've heard some of his interviews on there.
Conan show.
I bet.
Coco, I like Team Coco's YouTube. I like Conan O'Brien. Seemed to be innovative, ahead of his time. Obviously, whenever he took the deal to go to TBS, he lost a lot of viewers, but he kept his, cult-like following in which he had a lot of people that followed along. Great SNL writer, has done a great job hosting his shows. Now he's making $150 million after retiring from TV with SiriusXM. I'm happy for old Coco.
Yeah, it's unreal. I also didn't know SiriusXM's just shelling out $150 million for podcasting.
They acquired Team Coco, and I assume that's a YouTube as well.
Ah, okay.
Good for them, $150 million.
Yeah, Team Coco staff will join SiriusXM as well.
Congratulations.
All right.
So you got to get serious if you want to hear his podcast moving forward, right?
Probably the app, SiriusXM app.
And then his actual show, Needs a Friend. Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend will be on that as well.
And that's his interview show, I wonder?
I believe so, yes.
I watched
Yeah, I've heard
Letterman. Letterman has a couple more. My next guest needs no introduction.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Will Smith's.
Haven't watched that one yet. Was it good?
Was it after?
Did
or-
Will smack him?
It was before Will's smackage. Released afterwards. There is an editorial move made by Letterman to add something to the episode, though.
Okay.
Okay.
Pretty comical.
That's a great show.
Who else?
Ryan Reynolds?
I didn't
Kevin
see that
Durant?
one. I
Yeah.
watched Kevin
Yeah,
Durant.
Durant was
Love
good.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant said, I'm motherfucking high right now. What are you talking about? Whenever they talked about marijuana. Loved Kevin Durant. Liked Kevin Durant before this interview. Boom. Love him even more. Big time Kevin Durant fan after watching his My Next Guest Needs No Introduction. He was awesome in there.
I'll have to check that out.
Letterman's a good interview. Good conversation. Good conversation.
KD is the best.
KD is awesome.
Yeah, he's a weapon.
Did you watch that?
No, I haven't yet. I'm pumped.
very-
I didn't
You're
even
going to
know-
think it even more.
Yeah, I didn't know the Letterman was coming out with more episodes.
Yep. 5. I think they just released 5 or 6 more episodes.
Pumped.
Yeah, pretty good.
KD.
Bill Eilish. It's one of them.
Bill's
First
on
one,
there?
Billie
Yeah.
Eilish was the first one. I did not watch it. I skipped it.
Neither
Went
did I.
straight to the Kevin Durant one.
Yeah.
And then I think the Will Smith one just rolled right in next. I was like, oh, Will Smith, here we go. I'll join this. And he told the whole story about how Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was founded, which just happened at a party one night, basically, which is awesome. Pretty good stuff.
Damn.
Did he come up with it?
No, somebody else whose life it actually was like hosting a party or something. And there was
that's interesting.
everybody that needed to be there. And it was originally from another town where that guy was from, the idea. They changed it to Philly because that's where Will Smith was from. Will needed 10 minutes. They gave him 10 minutes, and he basically went out and auditioned for everybody at this party, and they greenlit it the next day. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Jesus. Crushed.
Pretty awesome.
That is wild.
I thought that was Will's life.
Well, kind of.
Well, it kind of is, I think. Kind of was. Who was the person that pitched the idea. I forget who it was. Good conversation, though.
DJ
Kreischer?
Jazzy Jeff?
It wasn't Bert Kreischer. He talks about how he and Jazzy Jeff used to be a lot of Jazzy Jeff conversation. He and Jazzy Jeff. He won a Grammy in his first year of rapping. His parents told him he didn't want to be a rapper or something like that. Told him he only had 1 year, and he and Jazzy Jeff won the Grammy. And they weren't at the Grammy. They were at some like boycott of the Grammys award because rap wasn't being represented properly or whatever. Then they were announced for winning the Grammy, and he said it kind of felt like an asshole not being there for winning the Grammy and the whole thing. There were some lovable Will Smith moments in there. There were some moments there where you watch, you go, okay, kind of an asshole or whatever, but very successful. Had a zipper shirt on, and the thing had a big,
Oh no.
like when he sat down, there was a big,
Hate that. Penis.
like penis and thing type with the
in the chest.
It was hard not to pay attention to for 15, 20 minutes of the
Did it
conversation.
wrinkle or did it like cinch? You cinch a string or was it just
No,
the
it
way
just
it's
was.
folded?
It was
You know
a,
how zippers
It was
go.
a zipper the entire way down, so it just was sticking out of his sternum.
Yeah.
Someone's got to have his back there.
Well, they ended up at the end of it. They just cropped it out, and they were just showing like from here up, which was very nice because it was very distracting.
Well, everyone was probably deathly afraid to tell him for fear of him smacking them in the mouth.
Get punched.
Well,
Or
Jada made him wear it
bingo.
that way.
Yeah.
Jada.
Everyone's
She
gonna
probably
think
did
you have a
rig
fucking
it.
Warpath.
penis coming out of your chest. Leave it like that. Don't fucking touch it.
that's what we want. 2 penises better than 1 penis.
It's great. It's actually probably part of the plan. Hey, if they're worried about the penis growing out your chest, they're not worried about what you're saying.
Nope.
White Tiger said he went over to Taj Mahal. He's okay. So
He's better now.
I believe him.
Yeah. Forgiven.
White Tiger. What a moment in this show's history. Every conversation with Bill Burr, I have no idea how it's going to go. Every single time.
He's awesome.
That's why it's fun.
Yeah, it's almost like I've seen him take some of those convos the other way. You know, just deciding, nope, I'm not doing it. And then for us, I feel like I just, I'm sticking with it for a good 5, 10, 15 minutes. With Bill, I will continue because I have the utmost respect for his brain and his comedy and everything he's accomplished. Some other people, though, if they were to do, the first 10 minutes of feeling out like, hey, let me remind you don't hate us here. That's what it feels like we're doing with Bill for the first 10 minutes or whatever. Everybody else, all right, done with this conversation. Bill Burr, though, can't fucking. Bill is the best. White Tiger. What a disrespectful fucking thing.
No, you name the next one.
It's going to be good, too.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, he's busy as hell, too, it sounds like.
He's editing a movie all the way into what? His world tour that he's doing, Slight Return.
F is for Family still going, right?
I
don't
think
think
they
so.
had the final season.
Yeah. The last one was the final one, I believe.
It's not AJ. Stupid. That was dumb. I thought it was.
But that one did crush.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm a big, legit fan of Bill Burr. I don't know if he is or ours or not, but we'll find out next conversation.
He has fun. You can tell he has fun on here.
Yeah.
I got a lot of people judging my interview style with Bill Burr. A lot of his fans come after me. A lot of people
what?
tweeting me. You got a lot of compliments in there. Next time, let AJ handle the conversation with Bill Burr instead of you.
Stop.
All right, I
But-
appreciate that. Thank you. I'm trying my best.
When's Bill's new special come out?
June 6th.
Yeah, soon. Next week, next Sunday.
Bill Burr presents Angry Neighbors. No, what is it?
Friends.
Something along those
Halfway
lines.
back.
No, Slight Return
That's
is
the
his
tour.
tour.
Mad Friends or something.
June 6th is his special.
Friends.
Everybody who has a computer in front of them could probably search that. Friends Who Kill?
Yeah, there it is. Friends Who
There it
Kill.
is. That baby's Edie. Go work, Edie.
That baby's easy.
What if that thing's changed to White Tiger by the time it comes out?
It might be.
Let's go to Dante in Baltimore. What's going on, Dante?
Hello, guys.
What's going
How you
on?
all?
Hey, life is good,
Hey,
Dante.
Flex.
How are you?
Oh man, awesome, man. By the way, you're one of the best announcers since Jerry Lawler, man. I'll say that from the best, man.
The
Thank
king!
you guys for what y'all do for the show.
Oh, I appreciate that. That means a lot. What's going on, man?
I just was calling in. I saw the Power Rankings, man. I love the fact that, Indy is my favorite number 21, but I really didn't think that the Power Rankings should have been what they were. They might be postseason, early, preseason, but that don't seem like it's going to be because a lot of great trades and a lot of great movements have happened since the draft. So I'm just getting your views on it. What do you think about your
top 12? What would be your top 12?
I'm on your side, Dante. I think it's a bunch of bullshit what they did with the Colts. Yep. And maybe I'll have to dive into the power rankings world if everybody's just throwing random teams at random numbers.
Can't have it.
Create your scale or your point system.
Yeah.
And I'll lead off with self-handicapping. I'm not good at this.
I did have the Bucks, but
I did have the Bucks last year.
2020, yeah.
And the Chiefs.
We had Bucks first, Chiefs, yeah.
Yeah, and I like the Rams too. Stafford went.
Yeah.
The Broncos at 14.
Oh, Russell Wilson. Peter King just went right into Russell Wilson's face.
Raiders above.
He spit right in Russell Wilson's face. Monkeypox out there, COVID out there still.
Can't
just
have it.
spit right in Russell Wilson's face and in Matt Ryan's face.
Browns below the Patriots.
Dude, the Lions
that's
are ahead of the Colts, Cardinals, Steelers.
Bears.
Almost.
After that, there ain't no chance the Lions are better than Colts, Cardinals, Steelers.
Maybe the Steelers. I mean, who knows?
Beat
Steelers
football
don't even
Giants
know if they
gonna
won.
win.
Giants, yeah.
They
beat
the
the
number 2
Cardinals.
most winning franchise in the last 20 years.
Cardinals don't have a quarterback either, right? Kyler's not even at OTA.
that's right.
True.
That's right.
Colt McCoy.
I believe we'll be chatting with maybe the Cardinals general manager here in the next few days.
Here
So
we go.
A little bit of clarity on that situation.
Do you think it's possible that MCDC brushed shoulders with Pete King and was like, hey, if I'm not 20 or higher, I'm going to beat the fucking shit out of you, Peter?
Or you think Peter walked out of a meeting with him, was like, top 20 team? Probably.
Yeah.
Like, you think that's what Peter did? Remember, it wrote down on like a little thing like Kevin Costner on draft day. On a little, like, Detroit Lions top 20,
Top
no
20,
matter
no
what. He fucking folds it up, put it in his pocket.
Don't fucking forget it. I'll
Man.
knock your fucking teeth out, man.
Man,
Have a good day.
did you write that in pen or pencil, man? Don't need an eraser, man. That's probably what he did. That's why you guys are 20. Hope you're fucking happy, folks.
Yeah.
I am happy. I love that MCDC. Frank Reich should do that.
Only going
Well,
down.
he's worried about stinking things
That's right.
that are really detrimental to the team.
Get the boys ready for next year.
I guess we talked to Orlovsky, but those who just substitute other F words for the F word, we all know. You know?
That's tough.
God knows. I always say God knows. Might
Which
as well say it.
is who they're doing it for, right?
I don't think God cares if you say fuck.
No.
Call
What?
me crazy. Call me crazy.
You went to
Suspend him.
Catholic school.
Suspend
I
him.
did. And really, it was always, hey, goddamn is the. You stay away from goddamn. God don't give a fuck about fuck.
He had a potty mouth himself.
Who, God?
Yeah.
Did he?
Created the word.
Does he? I mean,
Well,
Or
I
she.
don't
Or she.
understand
Or
why he
she.
or she or whoever created my mouth the way it is. If they created everything in their vision.
Exactly.
Are we not disrespecting their vision if I don't speak how I'm supposed
That's
to
the
speak?
devil tempting you.
Huh?
That's the devil tempting you.
Creeping in.
don't let the devil
Yep.
tempt you.
Well, the devil went down to Georgia. He's just looking for soul to steal.
He's way behind. He's willing to make a deal.
My name, I'll make that way you gonna get, 'cause I'm the best it's ever been. Devil's in the rising sun.
Pick it out, no.
You know what I mean, AJ?
It's a good song, man. I like it.
No time, no.
That's good.
Devil, you know the heap it be. How about Johnny keeping his soul?
Yeah.
Fucking good fiddling.
Yeah.
Which is also known as the violin.
A little different.
Same.
A little twangy.
Same.
Oh.
Interchangeable, I believe.
Sounds like a banjo guitar situation.
I think they just tried to make a violin cooler and called it a fiddle.
And it was.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
No, I'm not 100% sure. It just looks like a violin every time they fucking play it.
Yep.
Fucking Howl at the Moon when the fiddlers hops on top of the piano.
Game changer.
Every time they hop up on that fucking table or on the piano and just like fucking give it to me.
You are 100% correct, by the way.
Bam, bam, bam. Get on there. Who's here for the devil? Who's on the devil? Same thing, right?
Yeah.
They don't- yeah.
Basically, it's an informal way of basically calling a violin. It's like basically a fiddle.
Yeah, it's a more country way.
Yeah,
Talking about
bluegrass.
violin.
Hell yeah.
Well, and if you're gonna play in Texas, you
gotta play a fiddle in the band.
That lead guitar's hot, not for Louisiana man.
That's a weird line.
What?
Another good song from Alabama.
Yep.
Yeah.
Goddamn right.
Hey, man.
Hell yeah.
Play the hits. Play the hits.
Came on this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to that song 500 times this weekend.
There's no way, because you listened to that song 900 times last week. It continued into the weekend?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hell
Just
yeah.
on your phone, just randomly?
Oh, yeah.
Let me
Walking
tell you,
down
I
the
was
street.
working in the yard on Sunday, cutting the grass, getting the yard ready. Maybe 400 times for myself on repeat on loop.
We just love beating the hell out of things.
Yep. And this is just up at the plate right now.
It's fucking May 23rd.
Yeah.
That's right.
There'll be another one.
All right, we're out of here. Up something season is happening.
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean, AJ?
I'm trying to figure that out too.
Me 3.
Me 4.
And Eddie said you guys love to beat the hell out of things. What else do you guys do?
What is that?
Come on, bro.
Well, Bill beats his...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bopping Bill.
No, the internet.
Suck bots.
Yeah, the suck bots. Which, I mean, if you're out there, fucking come over to my page.
They're not real, dude. It's a fake account.
One time.
But they don't-
Someone at least create a burner
they don't,
suck
like,
bot
care
account.
about you. Like,
I know, that's what sucks. It's like, hey, some people want you in their comments. And that's me.
Yeah, there's that one middle-aged woman that really likes you.
Yeah, Judith. Rocket.
oh my God, I forgot about Judith.
Yeah, she's
Judith
a
started
beast.
talking about how long Connor lasts in a sack and stuff.
Who was Judith?
My girl.
Judith looks like she's about, I don't know, 25 years old or so.
Well,
Is she a robot?
2,500 years old, maybe.
Whoa!
She's going to be heartbroken here. You talk
Yeah.
Well, I love her, so she knows that.
real?
This is how we go back and forth.
Judith loves her some Connor. She's in his comments.
She's a real person?
Yeah, she's
Yes.
a missile.
Oh, nice. Congrats, Connor.
Thank you. I appreciate that. If there are other suckbots out there too,
Judith is not a suck.
follow Judith's lead.
Judith is not a suck bot.
I don't know.
Judith might kill the other suckbots if they come
Yeah.
after you. She seems to love you.
Oh, a feud.
Judith's the real deal.
Like the sound of
Suck
that.
off.
Suck off.
All right, let's get out of here. That's what this show has become. Back tomorrow, big time guests, big time conversations, more around the sports road. Can't thank you enough for joining us. Obviously, Winner Wednesday, announcing all the winners via Cash App. We'll have another giveaway probably tomorrow, maybe another contest of some sort. Appreciate you all so much. See you in 20 hours and 24 minutes. Cheers.